Hi, babies. My name is Katie of Rosebloom Readings. Welcome to Rosebloom Story Time. As always, well, not always, as of the last, I don't know, couple readings, this is what we do at the beginning. Hi, my babies. I missed you. It's nice to talk to you again. I have not, filmed for quite a while. I filmed the other day, and I was supposed to post today, but the file ended up just not, it said no thank you. And you know, I can only respect that. I can only respect the confidence that it takes to completely bail at the last minute. You know, that takes balls of steel. And so I said sure. But before that, I had gone like, I don't even know, a week and a half without filming. I had been catching up on private readings. I had been, if I set myself on fire for the third time in 3 days, I swear to you. Thank you, love. And I miss it. I miss you guys so much. I miss you. I almost like didn't remember how to film. It took me like 3 times as long to get set up because I was like, like as if this is like a set, as if this is like any kind of big deal, as if it's not me sitting in the corner of my office being like, let's have fun, silly time. Anyway, that's just what that is, my babies. But yeah, I missed you guys a lot. I missed you so much. I hope you're all doing really well. I know a lot of you have been going through the ebbs and flows of emotions and process of release through all of the astrological events that we've been going through, specifically, most recently, the lunar eclipse with the full moon in Scorpio. Oh, she was heavy. Oh, babies, she demanded that we know she was there. Holy shit. Oh my god. If oh, whoo, wow. Now I've been around, you know, I've been around a while. I have learned some things. I have done some stuff. I have had experiences. I have gone through many astrological events. But when I tell you that this fucking lunar eclipse knocked me on my ass, kicked me in the stomach, spit on my face, and said, say my name, baby, that for sure is fucking what happened. Oh my god. Oh my god. She fucked me, and I can only respect her for that. I can only respect her for that. You know, it was what I needed. But oh my god, if you follow me on Instagram, I was fucking going through it, my babies. And like, not like I say that and people are like, oh my god, holy shit, are you okay? And like, I'm gonna be honest, I was fine because I knew that it was something that I had to go through, because there was a lot that I had to release, a lot that I have worked very hard to build and to manifest over the last 2 years, in this particular season of eclipses. So it was really validating, really exciting that there was so much to let go of, because there was really exciting things that I knew I was making room for. Boy howdy, and then some. And what am I? Okay, I'm not gonna take you because thank you. Put you at the bottom. Thank you, love. So it was good, but like, oh my goodness, I was so it's just, you know, it's just one of those things. You have to go through it to get through it, my babies, and I know that. And it's really fucking annoying that, you know, being who I am and doing what I do, you know, I do... Oh, I didn't fucking pick a selector deck. Shit. Okay, who are we using? I'll use you. I like you. Oh my god, I'm dropping everything. Oh, it's in disarray. I like to practice what I preach, so I knew what was happening. I knew why it was happening. I knew why I felt the way that I felt. But I didn't fucking like it. I didn't like it, my loves. I didn't like it. I was like, let's get moving, kids. I don't want this anymore. And I didn't, and that's why it was releasing. So it was a lot of like, oh my goodness. I was just like, I just felt like I was just wandering aimlessly. And I knew I wasn't wandering aimlessly because I knew like I just needed to just let it go. And it was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of patience. It was just a matter of, you know, letting it release as it had to release. But like, oh God, oh, to relinquish control to such a degree, my loves. Whoo. But it was fine. It was good. It was a very, very gentle, very calm time. The emotions were very, very, very high. I was making lunch for my daughter, I think the Saturday after the eclipse, or the Saturday of the eclipse, whenever the eclipse was, that Saturday. And she wanted a cheeseburger. And I was like, yeah, sure, I can make you a cheeseburger. And I didn't have any buns. I didn't know that I didn't have buns. So I was like, I'm sorry, baby. Do you want me to make you something else? Or I can, you know, get really creative with the biscuit cutter and this loaf of bread. And we'll see what happens. And being the sweet, gorgeous, amazing angel Taurus that she is, she said, Mommy, that's okay. As long as you do the best that you can, anything will be all right. In her little sweet voice, literally verbatim is what she said to me. And I was like, thanks, my love. And then had a brisk walk to the bathroom to have a hot mom cry because I love her so much. And yeah, and then I really like sad songs when I'm feeling low. I am that person. You know, sad movies, sad songs when I'm feeling blue, or just because. Just like my playlist is very depressing, and it's me, you know, going down the highway blasting the saddest songs imaginable, having the time of my life, you know? You can take the girl out of her emo phase, but did you ever really take that girl out of her emo phase? I don't think you did. And so I didn't realize I had been doing this because I sing a lot around the house. I sing all the time. I just like singing. I've been singing for a very long time. Little sample there for you. I scared myself. I thought the cards were gonna catch on fire. Me and fire have been having an interesting time lately. We'll get into that in a sec. And ha ha ha. And so I had been singing Helena by My Chemical Romance a lot. I don't know why. That was my Get Through the Lunar Eclipse song, I guess. And I had been singing it so much, and my daughter really likes to sing with me because she's the sweetest thing in this universe. And I can say that because I made her. And I was singing in the kitchen, and I was cleaning and cooking and stuff, and it was the chorus, and I didn't know my daughter had come into the kitchen behind me because I was, you know, I had my back turned to the archway, and she started singing like word for word the chorus of Helena because I had been singing it so much that she had learned it. And it was the cutest thing. But no, it was good. It was very, 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 very powerful energy. Very powerful energy, and it was a really wonderful energy to work with. It's really very exciting to practice complete completely relinquishing control in that regard and handing it over to the divine, because you trust the divine, because they have trusted you to, to put in the effort and work for your manifestations and your intentions. And it got to a point, though, I think it was probably the Monday, I want to say. And I was like, okay, this has to go. I'm done. I don't know what more I can release, because I've released it all, I think. But I still feel, because then you feel like this kind of, this heaviness, because you're coming out of the other side of a transformation, and that can feel very kind of discombobulating, a little bit overwhelming. You can feel a little bit lost. You can feel a little bit overwhelmed, a lot of emotions. And I was like, I'm good. I'm good, babe. I'm good. I'm ready for the new. So in my state of disarray, I turned to what has never failed me, my witchy tendencies. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I know the full moon is, a couple days past, but I am going to have a ritual. It wasn't even nighttime, my love. This was like 4 p.m. And I was just so fucking done that I was like, here we go. So I got a pillar candle and I wrote a bunch of stuff, I couldn't even tell you, into the candle, and I wrote this huge letter about what I was releasing and what I was grateful for and everything else. And I was like, this feels good already. This already feels good. This already feels right. Called in the archangels, the 4 directions above and below, and got my little setup, my altar. Oh my god. And, lit the candle and said my stuff, and then lit the note and set it down into a vessel that I have used for probably about 7 years for the exact same purpose. But many will tell you, and when they do, please listen to them, that it's very difficult to work with the energy of a full moon, of an eclipse, sorry, in a methodical way, in a controlled way, because the energy of eclipses is very unpredictable. It's very much out of your hands. It's very much out of your control. The universe is taking back control. That is the energy of the eclipse. And I forgot that for a second in my state of, I just need to let this all go. Oops. So immediately, I wish I had like a nanny cam in my house to post this on Instagram or something, because this was fucking bananas. The flame in the vessel that I had the paper in shot up like at least 45 centimeters. Which, if you don't know centimeters, because you're American, is about 1.5 feet. It's universal here, my baby. And I was like, okay, all right, that's high. That's high. That is hot. And I was watching it, and it felt so good, my loves. It felt so fucking good. Like I was like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And then the vessel cracked, and I was like, okay. I was like, symbolic. Break me open. Symbolic. I see it. I am freakishly calm in disastrous events. If the past Rosebloom story times are any inclination, I do not get upset or overwhelmed easily. Even in instances where I probably should. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Right, I get it. The symbolism, I'm seeing it. And then the vessel blew open. Hole blew out the side of it. And I was like, excuse me, my loves. I was like, uh-oh, that's inside my house. So I was like, okay. So I went to the kitchen and I got a metal, like a big like pasta pot. And I was like, this is hot and on fire and now exploding. So I just grabbed it and I put it in the pot. The ritual candle, by the way, was doing fine this whole time. She was shining. She was doing her very best. And I took the letter and the vessel and the pot outside, and you know, it was fucking flaring still. It was like a Metallica concert. It was crazy. And I was like, this is fine. This is fine. This is great. This is releasing. It feels good. And I, you know, went back inside where I could see it like through the window in my kitchen and stay at a safe distance. Um, and it kept popping and exploding, and it would not stop. Usually when I burn, you know, in a release ritual, when I burn paper, if there's a lot to release, it can go for about an hour. Sometimes, no, I think an hour is the most, but usually it's much shorter. Usually it's about 20-30 minutes, and then it's all burnt up. We were going on like an hour and a half, and it was still like sky high. Like it was huge. It would not go down. It would not stop burning. It would not stop popping and exploding. And that, it made a lot of fucking sense considering the weight of what I was releasing and what I, you know, was not carrying with me into this new phase, which was fantastic because I was like, holy shit. Literally, my first thought was like, holy shit, that was what was in me. That's what I was holding on to. No, thank you. But I was also like, I am going to burn half of my neighborhood to the ground, which we've gotten close before, my loves, and it's probably why most of my neighbors don't talk to me. But but so I tapped into my fire safety witch knowledge, as well as my I've been camping many times knowledge, and put the fire out, and it was like it had one last like poof, and then it died away. And I was like, that was pretty scary. And I didn't want to do it because I'm very, very, very finicky about my rituals. They have to, you know, go to completion. But I was like, okay, I feel like it's complete. I feel like this has been burning to shit for an hour and a half. My house is almost gone with it, and soon to be the entire neighborhood I live in. I feel like it's good. And it was like there was nothing left. I don't know what was burning. There was nothing to burn, but it was still fucking burning. So put it out, and that was great, and that was lovely, and immediately the next day felt better, and it felt really, really exciting. A lot of clarity. My intuition has been top of the pops lately, my babies, which is really nice, especially in terms of myself, which is very, very difficult. We've spoken about that a few times before, where it's very common. I don't think I have to date met an intuitive who was able to have intuitive insight towards themselves clearly, without needing some kind of validation or assistance. My intuition for myself has been, so that's exciting. That is exciting. Yeah. But you guys have been so sweet. You guys have been sending so many sweet messages on Instagram and leaving such sweet comments on YouTube. And I'm so, oh my God, I'm so fucking grateful for you guys. You guys are so, so, so sweet. I posted in my Instagram stories a little funny, silly haha, and made a joke about oversharing in my Rosebloom story time, because I'm just a silly goose. And I think a dozen of you replied, and you were like, no, I love Rosebloom story time. No, please don't ever get rid of it. And I was like, I love you so much. Thank you for validating me. I wasn't ever going to get rid of it, but the validation was very sweet, and it meant a lot. And you guys are just so fucking sweet. I made a post the other day about how I hoped you guys were doing well in the energy of the lunar eclipse, and how I'd been going through it, and you guys were so sweet and supportive, and oh, you guys are the best. I'm so proud of you guys. I really genuinely love you so fucking much. I have a few friends who are content creators, and one or two of them, there's two, are intuitives. They're intuitives on YouTube, but then The others are different types of content creators. They create different types of content. And I was talking to one of them the other day who has a rather notably large platform. And we were talking about just creating and stuff, and YouTube came up, and like, yeah. And they brought up you guys and how sweet you are and the comments that you leave and the kindness and how constantly hugely positive this space is, our little corner of the internet. And I was so proud. I was like, yes, those are my babies. Those are my loves. They're fantastic. Continue to gas them up. And it was so sweet. It was so fucking sweet. It was so cute. It was really, really nice. Very true. Very true. But yeah, I was going to answer a question that someone had sent in for Rosebloom Storytime, but I feel like I've already talked your ear off enough about the eclipse and rituals and stuff. And so I think I'll save the question for the next reading. Because I'm excited to do this reading. Yeah. Okay, are we doing a segue? Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Budget starlight effect. Da, 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 da. And that's Rosebloom Storytime for today, my loves. Hello, 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 my loves. My name is Katie of Who Am I? My name is Katie of Rosebloom Readings. Thank you so much for being here with me today, my loves. Today's reading, I am very excited about it because it came to me out of nowhere. I was really completely dry to the bone, lost for ideas. I made a post and you guys had so many fantastic suggestions. I wrote them all down. Feel free at any time if you have any requests or suggestions for readings you would like to see to leave them, my darlings. I know some people get kind of like shy or self-conscious about putting that out there. Never be, my darlings. Absolutely never be. I am always grateful for it, and it really helps if I'm, you know, struggling to come up with ideas, or it helps to know what you guys want to know, what you're curious about. But I was talking about the recent lunar eclipse. And so I know for so many people, pretty much everyone I spoke to or, you know, witnessed over the eclipse was having the same kinds of emotions and feelings of release and feelings of, you know, overwhelm and kind of just a complete, it's like a complete like loss of control, or it feels like that. That's, you know, not the case, but you're still in control, but it can feel like, you know, the reins have kind of been taken, a very chariot energy, like you're not holding the reins, but you're going. And so because of that, I was like, you know, let's all just have like a little peace of mind for like the immediate future. Because I was like, I would like that as well. And I thought we would do a reading on the next 7 days. What's happening in the next 7 days? So like the next 7 days consecutively, we'll go through each day, the energy of each day, some things that are coming up each day, and maybe the collective energy for the next week as a whole. So it's not going to start on a specific day. It is going to start tomorrow. So whatever tomorrow is for you, my loves, that is going to be day 1. Yeah, and I'm very excited because I feel like it's really going to, I just have a very good feeling that, one, it's going to bring you peace of mind to know kind of what's coming, because we've been, you know, a lot of moving and shaking energy, a lot of tower energy, a lot of things have been, you know, falling from below, and we've had to, you know, jump over to what's stable and steady, and that's good. We're there now, but still that feeling of things kind of, you know, collapsing around you and moving and shifting has been very intense. So let's all wrap ourselves in a collective blanket and hold hands and move forward. But also I feel like it's going to kind of validate the things that you've been releasing and moving towards through this lunar eclipse and the next phase that you're headed for, because it's like the first step for that. And that doesn't have to pertain, like if you watch this months, years down the road, my darlings, doesn't have to pertain to that. But I feel like at whatever time you find it is when it's meant for you, because, you know, those same reasons. what's coming towards you and where are you headed, kind of a thing. So we have 4 piles today, my darlings. As always, one day it might be different. Today it is not. Might never be different. I don't know. Do you know? Who knows? Uh, Pile number 1 is the perfection of your life. Pile number 2 is diving for light. Pile number 3 is be the hunter, not the hunted. And pile number 4 is inspiration. If you need more clarity, my darling, Mercury retrograde, she's here. Take a long breath in through your nose, my darlings, for more clarity. Hold it for 4 seconds and let it out slowly through your mouth. Why 4 seconds, you might be asking? Could not fucking tell you, my loves. Not a clue. I've just been doing that for years, so it's a good number, that one. If you want to hold it for 1 second, you do that, my babies. You want to hold it for 498 seconds? I don't know if I'd recommend that, my loves, but you know, I trust you. I trust you, you trust you, we trust each other. And let it out slowly through your mouths. Timestamps will be below in the description, my darlings. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, my loves, it is most likely because there are messages that are meant for you in each of those piles. Take the messages that resonate with you and leave behind what doesn't. For those who were meant to receive it, there is no rush, my loves. Take as long or as little as you need. Pause the video, feel free, come back to it whenever. I will always be here. When you are ready, I will also be ready. And we will get started. Hello, 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 my loves. Group number 1, if you picked this card, the perfection of your life. It feels like 1s and 3s have been big numbers for you, my loves. Also, it really feels as though you've been doing a lot of spiritual work, my darlings. You've been doing a lot of manifestation work. A lot of you, it feels consciously. Some of you could be subconsciously. But this feels, it feels like you're really at the, like you're in your fool's energy, my darlings. Like you are taking the leap, but it's not even really a leap of faith, because you're like, I know what's calling me. I know it's in that direction. I know that's where I'm supposed to be going. That is where I'm going to be going, because everything that I want and have worked for is over there. And it's true. You've built some amazing, beautiful things, my darlings. A lot has been happening unseen. You've been doing so much more work than you're aware of. A lot of seeds have been planted, a lot of beautiful things have been growing, and you're going to be seeing those. At the very, very, very least, my loves, you're going to be seeing just a taste of those over the next 7 days. So let's get, let's get, oh, please. What is even, oh, my babies. Oh, my babies. This is wonderful. Yeah. This is beautiful, my darlings. You are really, really, really coming into your spiritual awareness. You're really coming into your awareness of self, and you're really coming into your trust of self and belief of self, as well as the divine, because you're seeing the evidence of things that are being created, that have been created. And, again, this is a timeless reading. Whenever you find it is when it's meant for you, my darlings, but I am filming it just after the lunar eclipse in Scorpio, and I was talking earlier about how the lunar eclipse felt very much like the Chariot card, and I was envisioning this card actually when I said it, because it was like, you know, you don't have the reins in your hands. You're going, and you're trusting where you're going, because where you're going is where you've been headed, the direction that you want to go, the direction that the divine is leading you towards. And it's like, okay, I'm trusting this completely, and I know I'm going to get there. And this is beautiful, because there's a lot of trust within you, my darlings. And it really feels like the big, I'm hearing the big things you've been manifesting, you're going to see. And I feel like some of you are going to see them in the next 7 days, but certainly all of you at the very, very, very least are going to be seeing them, like the start of them, the, you know, evidence of them, kind of like sneak previews of them over the next 7 days. Oh, geez, oops. Okay, let us, I want to, I learned how to do something cool, my loves. I learned how to do something cool. Can I show you? I don't know if it's going to work with these nails, but can I show you? Oh, there's a dog here. There's a dog here. That's okay. I learned how to do this over the eclipse because I was obsessively shuffling cards so much for myself. And I was like, I'm going to know how to do this. I'm going to learn how to do this. I'm going to do it. Look what I can do now. Look what I can do now. Look what I can do now. 10 fucking years I have been doing this. 10 years I have been shuffling cards every day. And look what I can do now. Bam. Oh. Now, I don't know. It's going to be really interesting if Dre of I Love Them fame picks this pile, because they were the first person I thought of when I did that successfully, like 3 times in a row, so I knew it wasn't a fluke. So it'll be really interesting if they pick this pile, because I want them to see me in my shining glory. 10 years, and now I can do it. Ooh. All right, my loves. So I want to take, you have the Chariot again, my babies. This is bananas. It's bananas. I don't know what to tell you. It is bananas. I want to take 7 cards to go over the next 7 days specifically. Are we gonna have, okay, we might have to squeeze in a little tighter, because that's always better, isn't it? Ayo. Sorry. This is beautiful energy, my loves. Do we seriously not have, okay. Squeeze in even tighter, my babies. Squeeze in even tighter. Oh, come on. And, okay. What's in? I don't want it to get cut off. I just need a little more room. Just a little wiggle room. If you don't mind. Oh, my loves, this is incredible. This is incredible. Some of these might get cut off. I'm sorry, my darlings. I'm doing the best I can. I'm just trying my hardest. But this is gorgeous energy. So day number 1, my loves, which is the day after you are watching this, we have the Chariot energy as well as here. So you are headed for something fantastic, my loves. You are headed for something fantastic. You are headed towards your destiny. You are headed towards what you have worked for in collaboration with the divine, my darlings. Day number 2 is the Magician, which really, really confirms that 1, you're seeing proof of what you've been manifesting, and 2, I feel like you're going to have a lot of confidence of self and a lot of proof in front of you that everything you want, I'm hearing you already have. If not in the physical yet, then certainly in the spiritual, my darlings. But you also have the means and the ability and the tools to have what it is that you want, my darlings. Day number 3, it feels like that's going to be very, very invigorating for you. You're going to have a lot of drive to go for what you want, but you're also going to have the confidence and belief that what you want is already yours, that you already have it. And that's a huge factor in accepting what you have, my darlings, because that, for a lot of people, that can be kind of a roadblock in manifestation, is even if you have proof standing, sitting, existing directly in front of you of something you've wanted, sometimes we can be, you know, our own blockages and be like, is that too good to be true? Do I really deserve that? But it is true, so it's good and true. So it can't be too good to be true, because it's true and it's good. But also, yes, of course you deserve it. And day number 4, my darlings, is the Knight of Pentacles. So it feels like you're going to feel a lot of satisfaction that, yes, this has been a journey. Yes, this is something that you've had to be patient for. I feel like a lot of you journal your manifestations. Some of you could as well do rituals where you write things down and, you know, burn them or rip them up, throw them out, eat them. I don't know. But I also feel like it's really, there's something I'm picking up about memories. Keeping memories is very important to you. I feel like you take a lot of pictures. I feel like you journal a lot. You go back. You love, like, when your phone pops up with, like, here's a memory from 165 years ago. And you're like, oh, thank you. So Spirit's saying, like, to make sure you journal, like, even just your feelings, in especially over the next 7 days, but for the next, I'm hearing 9 months specifically, just your feelings over throughout the day, things that you're grateful for, and that's really going to help you kind of ground in the moment and recognize everything around you, and how it's like constantly growing and constantly spreading, and like it feels like you're surrounded by your own forest. Like it just keeps getting wider and taller, and this, it's like everything you've wanted is coming to you so fast, my loves. This is beautiful. Queen of Pentacles energy, day number 5, my darlings, feels, I'm hearing it's like a treat yourself day. And I feel like that's something you can sometimes be not the most comfortable with. You don't always know, you know, how to accept a good thing. Some of you could be celebrating birthdays. Some of you could have like get-togethers with loved ones or friends. Could be going to spas, could be going, you know, on trips with hotels. You could just be going out shopping or out for a nice meal, and it's like, I don't know if I want to go, or I don't know like if I should, if I can, you know, this or that. And like it's a treat yourself time, my babies. It's a treat yourself time, because it feels like you work so hard all of the time, my loves. You put so much energy and effort out into everything that you do, that it's, you know, you can give that back to yourselves, my darlings. It also feels like those of you, especially those of you excuse me, who work in smaller companies or have your own businesses, especially businesses where you create things. So you could have like Etsy stores, you could, you know, do something creatively. Ringing in the left ear, if that resonates with you, my darlings. You're going to have a very, very, very renewed, ambitious, creative idea that might take your work in a bit of a new direction, or just kind of leap it into, you know, the direction that you've been wanting to go in for a while but have been stuck in. So follow that and trust that, my darlings. Day number 6, my loves. The energy in this reading is bananas. Which is coming true. So it feels like, okay, this pertains to emotion as well. So it feels like some of you, I'm hearing closure. So those of you who have been dealing with, you know, maybe going through like an argument or a difficult time with somebody, or going through a stressful time in work, if you've been having a hard time kind of like just feeling comfortable and settled or speaking your truth. It's a lot of throat chakra energy here, my loves. Those of you who have, you know, who are in a romantic relationship, maybe you're in kind of just a bit of a, you know, cold shoulder after argument or after a spat kind of phase. It feels like that's going to come to fruition. That's going to have a very positive resolution. So closure in a very positive way in that way. It also feels like starting on day 6 for the next 3 weeks, I'm hearing anything you want, you can have. I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of really good news as well. Some of you could be waiting to hear back about something to do with finances. Some of you could be waiting to hear back from something to do with a job. Some of you could be waiting to hear back from something to do with paperwork, like a legal matter. I feel like you hear back in that regards in the next 3 weeks. I know this is the next 7-day reading, but this is the message that's coming up, my love. I do not control what comes through. And you're going to hear really positive news about that. There could also be a significant lunar phase on day 6 of when you watch this, my darlings. And it feels like a lot of you have a very, very, very deeply connected spiritual energy. I feel like a lot of you have some witchy energy. You do your rituals, my darlings. So you could do a ritual where you're manifesting on day 6. But it also feels like, I mean, further confirmation, you're going to continue to feel and see and experience your manifestations coming to life. It also feels like for those of you that have been in kind of a slump, maybe emotionally, just having, you know, just feeling tired, feeling not very motivated. It feels like on day 6 that really lifts and you feel like a really renewed vitality and excitement for what's to come, my loves. And then we have the Empress. Yeah, so day 7 feels like you really settle into this energy completely, where you're really in your feminine energy, and that has nothing to do with gender, my darlings. It never does. It's all energetic. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. The feminine energy just embodies the creators, the receivers, and it feels like that, you know, is really something you're not used to. It does feel like you have a lot of Wands and Pentacles energy. So, you know, steady and patient, but with the Wands energy as well, you like to go. and you know, patience can kind of be difficult for you to settle into sometimes. And emotions can kind of overwhelm you sometimes, and you really like to see, with, you know, Pentacles and fire energy, you really like to see the results of your efforts. Whereas the Empress energy is beautiful energy to talk about, you know, with manifestations, to embody that energy with manifestations, because it's like, I don't need to rush the result. I don't need to rush what is going to come to me, because I know that it's coming. And I know that, you know, I've done what I need to do to ensure that this is coming towards me. Some of you, day 6 as well, could be either starting contact with a potential romantic partner, or going on a date with a potential romantic partner, or could just be spending some nice lovely time with your boo, and that's the cutest. But yeah, a lot of really, and you're going to feel it. I feel like by day 7, I feel like it starts for you day 5, but by day 7 for certain, you feel the power that you have, my loves. You feel how you can create anything in your life. You're like, and it feels like you kind of have this sort of like immediate backlog of like, oh my God, look what I've created. Look at what I've brought into my life already. Look at what, you know, I've welcomed into my life, and I've done that. I've done the work, and I've done the manifestation, and things that, you know, are so serendipitous. Like the way they've come into your life is just completely beautiful and completely divine intervention, and there's no questioning that, and that kind of hits you in full force by day 7, my loves. All right, my loves, let us, what are we doing? Okay, let's pull I want to pull some of the light activation. I think it's light activation gateway, maybe. I do not know. I always have the decks in the description, my loves. For the energy over the next 7 days. But this is really exciting. This is really beautiful, my loves. Like what you've been waiting on, and what you've been working towards, and what you've been asking for, there is not a question that that it is coming towards you, my loves, that you are going to feel it. You're really, really, really going to feel it with the Empress and the 9 of Cups at the end of the week, and Judgment here. Like, it's going to be really deeply felt, and then you're going to see tangible proof, because I feel like, especially with the Earth and Fire, that's something really important to you. And I feel like that's why the Empress energy is so nice to embody at the end of this 7 days, because it's like the Empress doesn't need to see proof. The Empress knows proof is coming. The Empress knows that, you know, what they're welcoming, what they've created, what they've put out into the universe is bringing to them. So they don't need to see constant previews and constant reassurance. They trust, they know, and it's beautiful. And that's the energy you're going to have, my loves. Okay, so we have Venusian Galactic Council, Star Being Guides, Answer the Call, Time to Shine, Inner Earth, Base Chakra, Strength and Security, Laying Foundations, yeah. Seraphim's Gateway, Voice Activation, Angelic Attunement, and Divine Support, an Order of Melchizedek, Embraced by Light, Mission Uncovered, Don't Give Up. Okay, beautiful. Yes. Just yes. Just yes. Ends reading here. Just a strong, firm, hard-throbbing yes. So it feels like there's a lot, with the 2 chariots, there's a lot of forward momentum, my loves, in the next week especially. And I can hear Spirit being like, don't stop and think about it. Don't stop and think about it. Don't hesitate, because when you stop and think about it, that's when you start to overthink, and that's when you start to question, my loves. And it feels like offers and opportunities are going to be coming at you left and right. And you can stop and think about them and overthink about them and be like, what if this isn't what I think it is? What if this isn't what I want? What if, you know, there's something better and I should hold out for it? No, Spirit's saying, like, if it shows up, especially over the next 7 days, but up to the next 3 weeks, and then even up to the next 9 months, my darlings, if it shows up, it is exactly what is meant for you. So accept it, my darlings. Take it on, because you're going to recognize very, very, very quickly upon accepting it that it's the right thing. That feeling is just, it's undeniable. And as somebody who lives in their head constantly, who can overthink an absolute fucking city to its knees, I promise that when you are manifesting something and you receive it, the universe makes it impossible for you to doubt, my darlings, because you can try. You can constantly ask, is this what I think it is? Is this meant for me? Am I doing the right thing? And the universe is just constantly confirming that yes, it is, my darling. So listening to those signs and accepting those signs, because you're going to be getting a lot of confirmation, because I feel like you do get very anxious and you do really overthink a lot, my loves. And you do really get stuck in your heads and you do doubt things, especially good things. It feels like it's very, 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 very difficult for you to accept a good thing, which is why it's especially so exciting that on the 7th day you're embracing the Empress energy, because there is nothing that is too good for the Empress energy, my loves. Anything that comes towards the Empress, they know that that is what they're deserving of. They do not question it. They do not doubt it. They do not, wonder if it's actually meant for them or if there was a mistake made along the way. They know that when it shows up to them, when it arrives at the shore that they are standing on, that is what they're meant to have, and they are fully accepting of it, my darlings. And trusting yourself and trusting the divine that what you are welcoming is meant for you, my loves. That's a very important thing. And that becomes easier with time. That becomes easier with time and with practice and with how much you've been manifesting and how much I see coming towards you, my darlings. You will be getting the opportunities to have that practice of, yes, this is for me. Yes, I know this is mine. Thank you. I know this is what I'm supposed to be having. Yeah, you're going to head somewhere really exciting. Some of you could be, over the next 7 days, could be receiving news about moving, could be receiving news about a promotion or a new job, especially. Yeah, a lot of root chakra stuff. So a lot of stability, a lot of confirmation on what you've been manifesting towards stability, my darlings. I'm hearing credit limit increase as well. Some of you could be hearing really good news about that in the next 7 days as well. And I'm hearing for some of you who are waiting on that, some of you are waiting on like just an email or something to come, and Spirit saying that if you're just waiting to reach out, and then good news happens that way by asking for that increase. Okay, let's pull some energy oracle and get some more specifics on the lovely things that are happening over the next 7 days. This is really, really, really exciting though, my loves. Really exciting. It's gonna be so good, my babies. It like even things that it feels like you remember a lot of what you've been manifesting. A lot of you, it feels like 1 or 2, maybe 3 like specific big like life changing things. But some of you have like added, a few little things over the years, and like it's like you don't even remember everything that you're manifesting until it shows up and you're like, oh, holy shit. And as I was saying, big things like life-changing things, I did hear a romantic partnership. So it does feel as though that's something some of you have been manifesting, and it feels like in the next 7 days yeah, babies, the confirmation thing. You want to come out as well, so I'll take you. You could be feeling more confident enough to like put yourself out there, to go out, dress all nice, look all nice, make yourselves feel nice, and go out there and be like, I'm just gonna see what happens. Or some of you could open an online dating profile. Some of you could I feel like some of you are watching somebody on social media who you have your eye on, and you've been manifesting contact, but it feels like over the next 7 days you're going to have the confidence to kind of put yourself out there, put yourself in the light, sort of a thing, and then contact is established in that way, because I mean, miracles happen, my loves. That is absolutely the truth, but it's hard to reach out to somebody who is standing in the shadows all the time, my darlings. So a lot of focus on that, or a lot of focus on, some of you could be manifesting an engagement. Some of you could be manifesting, like if you are dating somebody, or, you know, you're kind of having something more casual, it could be manifesting like that relationship becoming fully committed, a conversation pertaining to that, a lot of news that way. You're going to be seeing people really clearly over the next 7 days as well. It feels like you are the type of person who, you're accepting of everyone, you're trusting of everyone, you're believing of everyone, and that's not a negative way to be, my loves. That's not a bad way to be. That's not a wrong way to be. You can get very hard on yourselves in that regard, though. You can be very judgmental towards yourselves. And it feels like in the next 7 days, you're going to have a really clear view of the people around you. And it does feel like, you know, because it feels like you've done a lot of shedding over the last 3 years specifically, a lot of shedding and clearing of your energy, a lot of, you know, letting things go, shifting, changing, just, yeah, you put in a lot of work, my loves, a lot of work, and it's very, very recognizable how much work you've put in. But it does feel as though in the next 7 days, I'm hearing there's 1 or 2 people that you've been kind of on the fence about, like, you know, is this somebody I should keep in my life or not? Is this somebody who, you know, benefits me and who adds to my life in a positive way or not? And you're going to have a really clear insight on that as well, my darlings. You're also going to be feeling more open in the next week as well, especially for those of you who have been quite closed off to the concept of love and romance. And that doesn't have to pertain to a romantic relationship. That could just be in terms of yourselves. If you've been feeling kind of disconnected from the you know, empathy, compassion, and love you have towards yourself naturally, that could, you know, reignite in a very clear way, and you could become, you know, more gentle with yourselves, more nurturing of yourselves, more compassionate with yourselves. But that could also pertain to a romantic connection that, yeah, I feel like a lot of you have had your eye on them, and you're going to be feeling a bout of courage to kind of step out and go towards them, and it's going to go really, really well for you, my darlings. Again, 3s at the beginning, we had 30. 3s, 33s, and 333s are big numbers for you, my loves. You could be seeing 333 on the clock a lot, or times ending in 33. Okay, let's get wild, but let's also get some Moonology cards. Ooh. Nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable. Every time I go to say mutable moon. Mutable moon. I want 1 more to fly out, and then I'm gonna take 2. Is what they're telling me. Look at the bigger picture. And a win-win outcome is forecast. Okay, this is beautiful. This is beautiful, my darling. So nothing is yet set in stone. I'm actually focusing more on the waves in this card, because that feels really, really like what's coming. It's like, you know, you just have to settle into it, my darlings, because you're continuing to go, much like the Chariot energy, you're continuing to go where you're meant to be going. You could be having like quite a emotional week, especially because we got the 9 of Cups on day 6. So from day 1 to day 6, you could be having kind of high levels of emotion, or kind of unpredictable emotions. They could be moving and shifting quite quickly, or they could come in a way that you don't completely understand. You know, you could wake up and it could be bright, sunny, and warm, and you could be having a day off, and then you feel kind of blue and kind of low, and you're like, well, this doesn't make sense. And that's very normal, my darlings. Just be gentle with yourselves. Just go through the feelings as you're meant to feel them, especially when there's so much, and it does feel as though there's so much energy around you, especially shifting energy, that sometimes all we can feel, because Spirit is cute and they're funny and they like to keep their little things a surprise, their little gifts for us a surprise. eyes, but we can feel the energy shifting. And so sometimes if we don't have a crystal clear view on why the energy is shifting, we can get a little antsy and we can get a little, you know, a little tense, and we can be like, well, something's happening, something's changing, and I don't know if I like it because I don't know what it is. It's all good things, my babies. It is all good things. So just ease up, be gentle. Know that, you know, it's serving its purpose, that you're moving through these emotions for good reason, especially because with how many manifestations are coming to light so quickly, it feels like there's a lot of attention on the heart chakra. And so that, you know, as that opens and as that welcomes all of the gifts and all of the wonderful blessings of the divine that we have manifested, and then some, that can be very emotional as well, my darlings. And that can be, you know, kind of not the most comfortable thing, especially because I do get a lot of steady earth energy from you, my darlings. And earth and fire know how to feel. They're very good at feeling. They understand feeling, but it can still, especially for that, you know, that steady, stable earth, it can still feel a bit jarring. I'm picking up a lot of Taurus and Capricorn specifically. But a win-win outcome is forecast, my loves. Yeah, there's really wonderful things coming into play. Everything is going to rebalance over the next week as well. I'm seeing, I feel like some of you could have a negative bank balance right now. I feel like by the end of the week, that is no longer a negative bank balance. I do feel as though for those of you particularly who are very stressed out about money, I do feel as though there is like a surprise, you know, benefit deposit or refund or e-transfer from somebody who, you know, owes you money from forever ago that goes into your account, and it's just a little surprise like treat for you. That really puts your mind at ease, my darlings. But fantastic energy as a whole over the next 7 days, my loves. You have put in so much effort, so much work, and so much time into what it is that you want and know that you're worthy of, my darlings. So holding on to that belief, because you would not have manifested something that you did not believe at one point or another that you were worthy of having, that you were going to be ready for or were ready for. And so the fact that you are getting it now is proof that yes, you're deserving of it. Yes, you're worthy of it. Yes, you're meant to be having it, and it's yours. And so holding on to that belief and knowing that it would not show up for you if it was not meant to, my loves. So the fact that it's showing up for you is proof enough that, you know, it's something you can accept, my darlings, because this is really, really, really exciting energy as a whole. This is really beautiful, my loves. So much heart chakra energy, my loves. So just, yeah, treating yourselves nicely, taking care of yourselves, trusting your emotions, lightening those emotions, especially through journaling. I feel like that's something a lot of you already do anyway, but, you know, there is no shame. Like through the recent eclipse, my darlings, I think there was one day where I journaled like 3 times in one day, just because that, for me, is how I get things out. I don't want, you know, if I'm not meant to be holding on to it anymore, I don't want to be holding on to it anymore. So I let it go. And I feel like that would do you a lot of good as well, my darlings, because there's so much shifting energy and shifting emotion, my loves, that, you know, you're going to know within yourself what needs to be released. And sometimes we don't consciously know that. So sitting down and writing it out and just letting whatever come out onto the page, and then it is no longer within you, my darlings, is a wonderful way to make space for the many, 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 many things that you are going to be welcoming into your life, my darlings. Some of you, especially between days 4 and 6, could be going on, you could be going camping, or you could be going on a hike, or you could be going on just like a nature walk, spending more time outside, especially with like a close loved one or a small group of loved ones. And it feels like you are going to be getting a significant sign from spirit on this while you're out, especially if you're going somewhere in the trees or somewhere with dirt roads, I'm hearing. Some of you I'm seeing, especially those of you who are going to a place with dirt roads, it could be something like drawn or written in the road or in the trail. Others of you, it's a bird. I'm hearing a bird singing like very, very loudly, and it feels like you know that it's for you because it kind of follows you around as you're walking or as you're going around. And that's just your confirmation that, you know, you're being watched over and looked after, and Wonderful things are being guided towards you, my loves. Is there anything else? Ooh, they give me a shiver and they tell me no. Group number 1, that is so fucking exciting. I am going to lose my mind about it. Oh my God. Wow. My goodness gracious, my loves. The energy in this is incredible. Incredible. It's so exciting. I am so excited for you to receive all these wonderful things, my loves. This is just, oof. I mean, that 7-day spread, my darlings, you could not ask for better, considering, you know, oh my goodness, considering that we're talking about like your manifestations, could not ask for better, my loves. I hope that you enjoyed that, my darlings. If you did, please feel free to let me know by leaving a comment. I love to hear from you guys. I love to talk to you. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon that has the extended 18+ readings, monthly forecasts, as well as exclusive general and romantic and spicy readings. My Instagram, my Etsy, and my email for more information on private readings are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me, my loves. I'm very excited for you, and I hope the next week is very, very, very wonderful. And all of these wonderful energies that I feel so strongly are made clear to you, my darlings. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you. Bye. Hello, 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 my loves. Group number 2, my darlings. You are very tired. You are very, 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 very tired. You are not sleeping enough, or you are not sleeping right, or you are just in a phase where it feels like you cannot sleep enough. For those of you who have a moon cycle, you could be going through your moon cycle or preparing for your moon cycle. Others of you, you could just be feeling just so sleepy. Feels like you could not have enough naps in a day, my darlings. And this is the time this reading is always when you come across it is when you are meant to come across it, my darlings. But we recently had the lunar eclipse in Scorpio, as I was talking about a few times earlier, my loves. And I know that for me, a couple days after it, I felt that kind of exhaustion where it was like my body was just jelly. I could not be motivated to do anything. I would fall asleep for, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I would wake up, I'd do some stuff, fall back asleep. There was even a time where I was sitting on the couch and a friend of mine was talking to me. They were visiting me, and I was just sitting on the couch looking at them and just slipped into sleep while they were talking. I woke up and they were like, "Did you have a nice sleep?" And I was like, when? Excuse me? So you feel very tired, my loves. Feel very tired. But this is your card, my darlings. Diving for light. 11, 1s, 11s, and 111s. Big numbers for you. Yeah, hermit mode. Hermit mode, my babies. Hermit mode, Page of Pentacles. Okay, so you're calling your energy back into yourselves, my darlings. That's really, really nice. That's really cozy because it feels like you don't need permission anymore, I'm hearing. And I feel like you tend to need permission a lot from other people. So because you're kind of, retracting back into a bit of seclusion, but it does feel healthy. It doesn't feel heavy for a lot of you. I feel as though you're still communicating with people that love you. You're still, functioning. And yeah, but you're like, it's my time now. I need to give back to me. I need to, if I want to come home from work and nap for the rest of the day and the rest of the night, then I'm going to do that. If I want to order takeout, watch a movie, and then go to bed early, I'm going to do that. It feels like you really, you need this time to give back to yourselves, my darlings. And I feel like that's really important because there's a lot of focus on what you do for work, and what you do for work being extremely demanding or extremely taxing. And it feels like what you do for work commands a lot of your effort and emotion and attention and just bandwidth, I'm hearing. So it feels like... it feels like you're calling that back into yourselves, and you're giving back to yourselves, and you're going to feel really, really refurbished and refreshed at the end of it because you need it, my darlings. It's been high time. You need to give back to yourselves in the way that you've been giving out to so many people, my loves. All right, my darlings, let us. I was talking about in group 1 how I shuffled so many cards over the lunar eclipse because I was in a tizzy, that I learned how to do this for the first time in 10 years. Aww. Bam! But we're going to get the energy of the next 7 days. Okay, so we have the King of Wands. And then, thank you, my loves. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. Two of Pentacles again. Yeah, a lot of finding balance over the next. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Over the next 7 days, my loves. Because it's wonderful. You're going to be treating yourselves really nicely, my darlings. You're going to be, feels like you're all ready for a lot of you in that phase of kind of pulling back into yourselves. But then after the fact, like you don't, oh, that's nice. You don't want to go back to, what you were doing before. You don't want to, go back to giving 900% of yourself to your work until you're burnt out, until you have no energy and you have to kind of pull back into hermit mode again. So it does feel as though there's a focus on finding that balance, but we'll get into it in a moment, my darling. So day number 1, which is tomorrow, whatever day you're watching this, the day after, is the King of Wands, which is beautiful energy to start this week with, my darlings. Day number 2 is the Seven of Pentacles. Day number 3 is the Two of Pentacles. Day number 4 is the Lovers. Day number 5 is the Knight of Cups. Isn't it? Isn't it? Day number 6 is the King of Cups. And day number 7 is the Fool, my loves. Okay, so. Got it. You, my sweet, beautiful darlings. You're some boss babies, my loves. You are some fucking boss babies. Fantastic financial flow, my loves. The abundance that you have, it's magnificent. And you've been working really, really fucking hard. Really hard. It feels like, it feels like some of you are entrepreneurs. Some of you are content creators. Some of you have your own businesses. Others of you work for very big, very well-known companies. You could have quite a significant level of notoriety as well. And it's been really busy over the last 2 years specifically. I'm hearing there's a lot of attention on the last 2 years, which is interesting because, again, this is a timeless reading. Whenever you find it is when you're meant to find it. But we just had the lunar eclipse, which was closing out a cycle of the last 2 years. So it's very interesting that 2 years so far in the last 2 readings has come up at some point. But for the last 2 years, my loves, you have been so focused and so determined on building this empire, on building, putting your heart, soul, mind, and ass into what you do for a living and building that abundance and building that foundation and building that wealth. And you love what you do. Feels like a lot of you have very strong leader energy. So there is a lot, even if you work for a company, it feels like you either have, quite a strong say in what you do, or you're in charge of quite a lot of people, or at the very least, you're in charge of what you do specifically. Leader energy for sure, my darlings. But it definitely feels like what you do has an element of creativity to it. An element of drive, an element of passion. It's something you're very passionate about. You're always thinking about what you do for a living, what you can do to further it, what you can do to change it, what you can add to it, what you can... You're so excited about it because at the start of this reading, my darlings, I was exhausted. Some of you could work for companies that operate in time zones different to your own. So you've kind of fucked up your sleep schedule that way. But as I'm talking about what you do for a living, my heart rate has gone up and I feel like wide awake. Like it gets you so excited what you do for a living. And that's fantastic, my loves. And it feels like... you've really, especially in the last 3 months, come into your own, doing what you do, and you are driven, and you're like, it's go time. You never want to not be working. which is fascinating because over the next 7 days, that's going to take a huge shift. And it feels like that comes from the hermit mode, my darlings, because the hermit mode here, the heart chakra is glowing. It's shining. So it feels like you have done a lot of introspection, especially in the last 2 months, specifically 3 weeks to 2 months. So 3 weeks to 2 months. Yeah. I was going to say 3 to 4 weeks. I forgot how many weeks were in a month. You know what? It's fine. And but you're a very emotional person, my loves. I feel that very strongly with all, you know, we've got earth, we've got cups, and we've got wands here. Like, that's a lot of emotion, in a very beautiful way. I feel like, you know, I have to emphasize that because I feel like you can get hard on yourselves because people have gotten hard on you for how deeply you feel things and how emotional that you are, my darlings. It is a beautiful thing. The depth with which you feel things, the sensitivity that you have maintained through your entire lives is a very beautiful thing. And if anyone tells you differently, you can tell them to meet me outside. So you're reconnecting with what your heart wants. Because, you know, at the surface level, in the physical, everything is very good. It's not even stable, my loves. It's very stable, but it's abundant. And it's, you know, subconsciously or consciously, but it feels like a lot of you know already to some degree that what you're doing now is opening endless doorways and endless pathways for you. And you're very excited about it. But at the same time, a lot has had to take a back seat. And I feel like what has had to take a back seat has been on a more emotional level, specifically pertaining to relationships, in all forms. But I feel like I do get the feeling that for this group, a lot of you have been single for quite some time. And for a little while, that was, you know, it was fine. We were like, it's, you know, when the time's right, destiny, fate, you know, all that beautiful stuff. But now it feels like you're kind of worried that you sort of placed yourself into a corner, with what you do for a living. And you're like, you know, do I not have the time or the means or the ability to now meet somebody? And yet. But you really want to. And I feel like you don't just want to, I feel like you know it's happening. I feel like you know it's happening, and it's very, very, very exciting. It's very like you feel it, like, especially in like the pit of your stomach. There's some sort of like bubbling or tingling in the pit of your stomach that you just, or like a tightness almost. Spirits tell, this is not Patreon, but Spirits telling me it's kind of similar to the feeling right before, you know, that kind of like tightness where you're like, oh my God, I'm being sucked into a black hole. And yeah, there's something really big happening, my darlings. So day number 1, King of Wands. I feel like day number 1, the day following today, my darlings, you're gonna have a great day at work. You're gonna have a fantastic day at work, but also it feels as though there's an underlying project aside from work that kind of correlates to your work. But it could be like a secret project you're working on, or it could be something that like you're like, okay, this is the next phase of what I'm doing. So it doesn't directly correlate to what I'm doing now, but I'm building this because it's the next big step in my career and what I do for a living. And you're going to have a lot of inspiration, a lot of success on that. It also feels like you're going to be extremely... This isn't Patreon, so I have to word it carefully because I've been getting rowdy over there. I've been like, give me a chance to be unfiltered and I will take that chance. Feeling very... passionate in a very physically evident way. And it feels like, yeah, like it feels like I feel like your body's gonna get really hot as well on day one. Like you're gonna just feel like you don't have, some of you could have like a bit of a fever, but you just feel like really, really, really hot. And you do not know why. And it feels like that goes for about 3 or 4 days. Before we get to this, and you don't know why. Like you're like, it's not even that hot like where I live, the space I'm in isn't really that hot, but you feel really hot. You might not even get sweaty. Some of you could get sweaty, but you just feel so hot, like it almost aggravates you. You're like, why is it so hot here? And day number 2, my darlings, 7 of Pentacles, that's really beautiful. That's really beautiful because it feels like you're going to be getting some good news on what you've been working on for the last 6 to 7 months, projects you've been working on. But it also feels like this. You guys are so cute. It feels like, yeah, a project you've been working on, a collaboration specifically, or you're putting a lot of thought and fantasy into. It feels like romantic connection is very important to this group. It feels like romantic connection. It feels like this is a group that really wants the marriage, the family, the house, the white picket fence, the golden retriever, the SUV, so on and so forth, the cottage down by the bay where the watermelons grow. And it feels like you're going to have either a very vivid dream about it that gets you thinking about it throughout the entire day, or you see a movie or someone mentions something that just gets you thinking, and that thought is extremely powerful, my love. It's also a huge confirmation of what is coming over here. And we're going to get to that. We're building the tension. Cinema. And day number 3, my darlings, is the 2 of Pentacles. This is a pinnacle day. Day number 3 is a pinnacle day, my loves. Huge day for you. Because it feels like this is the day where you decide for certain within you that you are going to find that balance that you've been struggling with. And you're like, yes, I love what I do. I do not want to stop doing what I do. I'm very good at what I do. I'm extremely successful at what I do. What I do brings me a lot of abundance. But I'm ready for the more. I'm ready to balance that with everything else that I've been wanting, that I've been kind of keeping at an arm's length for the last 2 years specifically, because you've been so focused on work. And it feels like you find that balance, my loves. It feels like you find that balance, and it feels like you've been holding back on finding that balance because you're afraid that you're going to lose your spark for what you do. You're going to get, distracted, or you're going to get, you won't have as much time to put in as much effort as you do. You put in so much fucking time and effort into what you do, my babies. Oh my goodness. It's your whole life. Very honestly, what you do is your entire life. You sleep and you do what you do. And that's it. And sometimes you don't even sleep. Sometimes you just do what you do. Eating, drinking, etc. That's a neither here nor there sometimes. It should be a here and a there as well, my loves. You please take care of yourselves. You're so sweet and you're so wonderful, and but you find that balance very obviously. Some of you could be born the year of the rabbit as well. I am hearing. Or again, timeless reading, but 2023 is the year of the rabbit. That's the year I am filming this, so this year specifically could be a very big year for you, my loves, in all ways, in terms of work, but as well as in terms of family and relationships. So you do find that balance. It just something in you. I'm sorry for how loud Rowan is snoring in the background, by the way. Something just clicks in you day 3, my loves, and you just realize, you're like, okay, I understand that part of the reason that I have put so much time and effort into what I do is so that I can find a way to balance it. And I can find, a healthy sort of middle ground with it, while also allowing space in my life for the things that I really want and I really know I'm worthy of, and that I really strongly feel coming. And you find that. You find that balance, my loves. And day 4. Day 4, babies. Holy shit. Okay. There's a lot to unpack here. So take a seat. Take a seat. Let me do the unpacking. You just watch, my baby. Oh my fucking goodness. Day 4, my loves. It feels like a lot of you work online, if not at the very basis, primarily on a computer. A lot of you, I feel, work online. I feel as though day 4, you find out about or see or connect with someone who just comes out of fucking nowhere. The way that this person enters your life on day 4, my darlings, is nothing short of complete serendipity. There is no other way to explain it. It doesn't make any sense. It's not linear. It is absolute fate. It is absolute. We are predestined to meet each other in the most random fucking way imaginable, because all that we know is that we're meant to be connecting. I do feel as though it's somebody online. I do feel as though it's somebody a distance from you, my darlings, based on the difference in settings here. It is instant chemistry. It is instant recognition, my loves. It gobsmacks the hell out of you. I won't lie to you, my babies. This energy is so fucking intense. I don't know where to go from here personally. This person could be a Gemini. You could be a Gemini, my darlings, or Gemini qualities at the very least. You could be connecting in Gemini season. This is incredible. This is really beautiful, my loves. This is really fucking lovely. It's so good. It is so fucking nice, my babies. Okay. There's so much to unpack here. You're incredibly shy, my loves, which that's okay. It's part of your charm. It's very endearing. It is very, 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 very sweet. But meeting people and approaching people has always been a task for you. A lot of earth sign energy in this group. A lot of earth, a lot of water. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And it feels like this person shows up. This person shows up in a way that is so reachable. And there is something undeniable about this person, my loves. Something undeniable. And you can get stuck in your heads, my darlings. With this energy, with the energy of Gemini, you can absolutely, if you so choose, get stuck in your head. And you feel the pull to this person, my loves, because that pull is undeniable. That is a pull that you have been feeling for a long fucking time, my babies. A long fucking time, because you two have known each other many times before in past lifetimes, and you have been building up to connect in this lifetime your whole fucking lives. And of course you've been feeling that. So when you connect, all of those feelings that you have been feeling for so long up until this point just poof. And if you want, my loves, you can overthink it and you can doubt it and you can say, well, this makes me shy. And of course it does. Of course it makes you shy. Do you think your wonderful, gorgeous self doesn't make this person shy? Absolutely. But they still want to know you. They still would be very, very, very happy and excited to connect with you because you're fucking wonderful. But you can't deny how much you are drawn to this person, how much you desperately want to talk to this person. It does feel as though you see them through a screen, my darlings. I'm hearing Instagram for a lot of you, actually. But yeah, you find, and it feels like there's some sort of friend connection here, a friend or a sibling who you're very, very, very close to, brings this person into your life somehow. It doesn't feel as though it's direct. Like, it doesn't feel as though they're like, hey, you know, I gave so-and-so your contact information. You'll be hearing from them soon. But they, but they bring this person to your attention in some way. This person's definitely online, and either through, like, you know, the algorithm or recommendations, you see this person's profile because this person you're connected to, you know, has commented or liked or something, or followed them or something, and you're like, huh, whomst is that? Or this person could offer a service of some kind. They could do something for work, and your mutual connection connects you to them through work. They could be, you know, creators of some kind. They could do something that this person then connects you to them in that way. So it's interesting because it feels like you are the types of people other people have to take the first step to you. You have a very, very, very difficult time taking the first step. And in some way, this person has kind of taken the first step. This mutual connection that you both have has bridged the gap between you both, and has given you, you know, their contact information, or has given you, you know, their profile. And all you have to do, my beloveds, is reach out. That's it, baby. That's it, baby. You spend a lot of time lurking on this person's profile. When you discover them, you spend a lot of time admiring them. They are fucking stunning. I will say, like, it's like, you know, when you see someone that you're so attracted to, that it feels like your whole throat goes dry and you're like, that's what this person feels like. And especially their eyes. You're very pulled into their eyes, my loves. Something about their eyes just really draws you in like a fucking magnet. Yeah, you spend a lot of time looking at them. What you really love, just the way this person is. So the way that they speak, or like the way that they, you know, comment, and like their sense of humor or their charm is just so fucking endearing to you that you want to talk to them so badly that it makes you almost want to clam up. So let's move on to day 5 and talk about that. Day 5, the Knight of Cups, my loves. This is to come after the Lovers. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of fucking Cups. It feels like you spend a lot of time, I feel like you stay up very late the day before, lurking on their profile, watching, you know, what they put out, watching, you know, whatever they've got going on, reading their comments, you know, you've been lurking, my babies. This person has a hold on your heart immediately. There's some sort of like fantastical element to them. They could be intuitives. They could have a more like ethereal aesthetic. They could have, you know, they could be very like witchy, very gothy. They could be very like what are the other aesthetics, you know, like very like fairy-like, or very like, I'm hearing esoteric a lot. Very ethereal, very like, you know, cottagecore, twinkle, sunshine, fairy tale type person. Just an aesthetic that just draws you in, pulls you in so close. You really want to reach out to this person, my babies. You really want to reach out to this person, day 5, my loves. It feels like you should reach out to them, day 5. They're going to be so receptive to you, my loves. So, so, so receptive, because the way that you feel about them, this comfort, this recognition, I mean, look at that longing. Look at that, like, holy shit, I finally found you. I'm so happy I found you. Energy is exactly the energy you two exchange with each other, my loves. So just a sweet little message. It feels like you're going to rewrite it a lot of times. Feels like you're going to really overthink it, my loves, and that is okay. Your mind is beautiful, my loves. it's quite busy. It is quite busy in there. I do hear it. It's busy. I feel like you joke a lot about how empty your head is. It's not. There's constant rush hour traffic in there, my babies. It is hard to get across the street in there, my loves. Just reach out. It is so fucking romantic. Oh my god. It's so sweet. It is so lovely. It is so gentle. Um, it feels like this person, definitely a lot of Mercury energy in them. They're excellent communicators, but so are you, my loves. But again, when it comes to, romantic prospects, people you're interested in and attracted to, you can kind of get stuck in your heads a little bit, my loves. This person makes it effortless to talk to them. To talk to this person is instantly like you're talking to somebody who you've known for decades. There is no, like, they really put you at ease in every possible way, my loves. It is absolutely lovely. And for those of you who are, purchasing something from this person or getting a service from them in some kind of way, that's a very easy icebreaker. Hi, blah, 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 gave me your information, blah, 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 blah. And they're just immediately super sweet. Super, super sweet, super open, super receptive, very easy to talk to. I feel like they make it known very, very, very quickly that they really want to talk to you. So you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about, bothering them or pushing their boundaries, especially for those of you that are being bridged to this person through their work or through what they do online for work. It can be easy to be like, well, I don't want to bother them. I don't like that's, I don't know how to go about that. I don't know how to approach them in like romantic intent. You just do it. You just approach them with romantic intent, my loves. You just do it. You just put yourself out there, because this is a really fucking gorgeous connection, my loves. It feels as though something you're worried about is finding balance between, okay, I've made space and I've made room and I've made time for, a partner, and then getting a partner, and then, having it not go well, and then kind of having to juggle your very demanding job along with, going through the motions of heartbreak and grief and a breakup. This does, no, absolutely fucking not. With the Lovers, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups, absolutely fucking not, my loves. No, this is very, very, very easy commitment. This is very, very, very... It does take its time. It feels like that's something that happens very natural for you both, whereas the connection is instant. But it does feel as though the build up to, a relationship, into commitment, into so on and so forth, happens at a very languid pace, because it feels like that's something that is most comfortable for you specifically, because you have built something really steady and really stable and really significant, and you do have, a lot of earth energy, my darlings, and earth is very patient. It takes its time. It's, it moves very slowly. Earth moves very slowly. It's very difficult to shake the earth, my loves. And it feels like, that's not something you've ever done in your past relationships. For those of you that have had past relationships, is allowed them to move slowly. And it feels like, in all of the hermit phase that you've been through, that's something you've thought of, is like, when this happens again for me, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to build it up, and I'm going to do it right, because I want it to be stable and I want it to be long lasting. This group has very strong Four of Wands energy, my loves. Very, very, very stable foundation, but also 1111 soulmate energy, my loves. Absolutely beautiful reunion. Yeah, the way that you feel about this person is very genuine, my loves. The pull that you feel to this person is very genuine. Reaching out to them, daunting for a moment. Once you do it, it's incredibly easy, and you feel very proud of yourselves for doing it, my loves. And then we go to day number 6, my darlings. That is the King of Cups. You are very, 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 very tapped into your emotions in a very secure and very mature way on this day. You feel very proud of yourselves, my loves, for reaching out, and it feels as though you know that you have taken a significant first step in something permanent, something committed, something real, something beautiful. It feels as though communication is really, 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 really strong. I feel like you could actually stay up. It feels like there's a time zone difference between the both of you. I feel like you could stay up very, very, very late, like nearly an entire day and night, communicating with this person, just because of the time zones, but also because there's so much to talk about. You two are there's so much gorgeous magnetic chemistry between you both, and you're so instantly sure of this person. The way that they make you feel is something you've never felt with anybody else, my darlings. And you're so content to carry this connection, and to, I mean, to have that alongside the King of Wands here, my loves, that's beautiful energy. That's beautiful energy, because you know, that's like, yes, I know that I can take all of this on, and that it's going to grow into something beautiful for me, and that I can have both. I can build, you know, at work, and I can work hard, and I can, you know, pursue that wonderfully, but I can also have this beautiful connection that's just starting. Oh my goodness. And I can, yeah, I can have it all, and I deserve it all. I'm worthy of it all. If there's somebody in this connection with facial hair, it does feel as though somebody can grow hair very quickly, especially on their face. But also they could have very dark facial hair, very thick facial hair. And then day number 7, my darlings, we have the Fool. And I mean, that is so fucking exciting to have the Lovers, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups, and then to go into the Fool, because it's new beginnings. That is, my loves, your trust and faith in yourself and in the universe for bringing this connection to you has paid off, and now it's the start of a journey, my loves. After this next 7 days, you are on your journey with this person, and with all of the exciting stuff that I see happening for you at work, my loves. We're going to pull some more oracle cards in a second, my darlings. We're going to look more into it, but it's absolutely so fucking exciting to go forward, to go for this. It feels like spring is very significant for this connection, and that feels really symbolic for new beginnings. But yeah, it's like I'm not leaving behind what was before, but I'm heading in the right direction. I know that very confidently, and that's something that you can kind of have a hard time believing. It can be quite difficult for you to know that where you're going is where you're meant to be going, and is the correct path for you, my darlings. This feels correct. This feels right. This feels like I can hear you being like, there's no other way for me to go. Like, this is the only way I can go. I'm not even thinking of the other directions. And that's a huge signifier, my loves, because you, like I said, you do think about things very deeply and very thoroughly, and you do, you know, work them over in your mind over and over and over again. So for you to go through this, to reach out to this person, to have this connection that you immediately know is something strong and solid and really fucking exciting, and to say, okay, I have this with me, I'm going forward with it, and it feels right to me, as well as being excited about all this beautiful stuff that you're building at work, and finding that new balance between, you know, your personal life and your working life in a really exciting, positive way. That is fucking fantastic, my loves. Okay, let's pull some of the, I think it's called the Light Activation Gateway Oracle, maybe. Thank you, babies. So we have the Solar Light Upgrade, Solar Plexus Chakra, Inner Fire, and Willpower. Gaia Gateway Activation, Learning Experiences, Wisdom Transmission, Earth Intelligence, Angelic Frequency, Angels Are Here, You Are Safe, Potent Connection. Oh, that's cute. Hathor Light Codes, Light Immersion, Full System Upgrade, Power Recall, and Memories of Atlantis, Spiritual Acceleration, Progress, and Technology. Very exciting. So, confirmation through technology. My elbow just cracked so loud it was crazy. That went through my whole body. It was like, do you remember those, like, I don't think they were Barbies. They're like off-brand dolls with the, was it Barbie? I don't think it was, but you could, their arms and like legs were like kind of movable, but they like clicked into like 3 positions, and like they never like bent a lot, but it was like you could like click that. That's what it felt like. Oh my God, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, the donkey that took them all to Bethlehem. Okay, technology. So you do definitely connect to this person over the internet, through technology, through a device. It feels like what you do for work as well pertains to a lot of technology. There's, you're using devices. You've got your devices. But it does feel as though that is very, I feel like some of you could have an issue on day, what was she? Day 3? Day 4. Day 4. Day 3? Day 3 or 4 specifically. With your computer or your phone or something that makes working very difficult. And I feel like especially for day 3, like that's kind of what jump starts, like, okay, I can't work today, and that sucks, but that's kind of okay. But it kind of, jump starts the thought process of, maybe I feel like I'm ready for something more than just work. I feel like I'm ready for, to have something else aside from this. And whatever device doesn't end up working, I feel like that's the device you end up connecting with this person on. Solar plexus chakra, my darlings. Self-confidence, my babies. Self-confidence to reach out to this person. Please do. Please do. Please do, my loves. It is fantastic. It is right. It is going to feel right. And I feel like it's very difficult for you to overthink this connection, and that's a very telltale sign, because you can overthink anything, my loves. But it's, yeah, the confidence to just a simple message, my love, and this person is so receptive and gives back so much that it makes it so easy and so comfortable to you, my darlings. Rainbows are going to be a big sign for you, my loves, as well as cherry blossoms, as well as oak trees, I'm hearing, as well as waterfalls. Yeah, this person feels very familiar, my loves. Not somebody you've known in this physical lifetime, but they have that familiarity of a divine counterpart, my loves. You're going to you're very closely watched over, my darlings. Very closely watched over by your spirit guides. Even if you're not completely in tune with them, even if you're not completely aware of them or connected to them, very closely watched over, and they are absolutely helping you connect with this person. This person feels extremely spiritual as well, I will say. Some of them could be intuitives, as I said, is specifically mediums. They have a very close connection with angels and spirit, my loves. Yeah, you feel a really renewed sense of vitality at the beginning of this 7 days, as we saw here. And it feels like part of that energy, part of that inspiration and drive is the knowledge, even subconsciously, that something really fucking big is happening. And that's this connection, because it feels like the two of you have been manifesting each other for your entire fucking lives, my loves. You have spent your entire lives just finding each other again in a really, really, really beautiful way. And, yeah, you're going to feel it, my loves. And it does feel as though as your connection builds with this person is also incredibly creative, but also very motivating for you, very inspirational for you. So this King of Wands energy, you don't ever lose that, my loves. Just somebody's kissing the top of my head right now. It's very sweet. There is a height difference between the both of you. Rather significant as well. Yeah. Because it's like when one person's standing, the other person can very easily kiss the top of their head. I feel like some of you as well are quite, especially those of you who identify very strongly with your feminine energy. If you're quite tall, you're not used to being in a relationship, or don't expect to be in a relationship with somebody who's very significantly taller than you, or taller at all. And I feel as though if you want somebody taller than you, if that's something that you're like, that would feel nice, this person you're connecting with is very significantly tall, because I'm quite tall. Not hugely. And the fact that someone could kiss the top of my head feels like that's why that message came through. Yeah. And but yeah, they bring a lot of inspiration to you in your work, my darlings. That never goes away. And it's really, really, really nice. It's so sweet. I feel like a lot of you could be writers, or something to do with like pictures or film, like editing. Um, and I feel like you have this like you are such fucking talented manifestors, my loves. You fantasize about things a lot. You create scenarios a lot in your head. You visualize things a lot. And a lot of you are like, "Oh yeah, that's just, my imagination." No, my babies, that's fucking powerful manifestation. Powerful manifestation. And I feel like some of you, a lot of what you think about is, working away at your desk and having somebody there with you, either sitting beside you, sitting on your lap. Some of you, I can even see this person like sitting on your desk beside your stuff, and they're just with you, and they're just listening to your ideas. They're watching you work. They're making you laugh, making you happy, taking care of you, giving you kisses, giving you cuddles. It's so fucking cute. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Solar plexus chakra, my babies. Reach out to this person. What you're going to know. You're going to know because it's going to strike you as so fucking random, but so right. Like this person, this connection that, bridges the gap between the two of you is going to pop out of, it could even be someone you haven't talked to for a very long time, or someone you haven't talked to very much. And they just pop out of nowhere and they're like, "Oh, blah, 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 this person." And you're like, huh. It could even be like some of you could have had a birthday recently, and they could, this service or what this person does or creates, this person could have, gotten it for you, and they need you to send like this person, some information, or purchase it or validate whatever the fuck. And it's just it's so random, but it doesn't leave your head, my loves. It just fits in with everything you've been wanting and all of your visualizations and all of your fantasies. This person fits in perfectly. And that's interesting because it feels like when you fantasize, like, especially if, in romantic and like, physically intimate fantasies, it can sometimes be a character or someone like that, but oftentimes it's like blank. It's like not in like a freakish way, like it's not like a mannequin, but it's like I mean, if you're into that, my babies, more power to you. But it's like you're holding a place for this person, and it's more so about the sounds and the feeling and the experiences and what you can do and so on and so forth. But then once you connect with this person, once you see this person, once you know this person, it all makes sense that you've been holding that place specifically for them, and then they just fit into all of your existing fantasies and visualizations. It's fucking gorgeous. Very, very gorgeous. It feels like a very, very, very soul deep, very intuitive connection. A lot of telepathy in this connection. You've been getting a lot of messages to and from each other through music, my darlings, as well as movies, but music especially. Especially songs that just pop into your head like out of nowhere, especially if it's like, a line or two on repeat from songs, even if it's songs you haven't heard in a very long time. Pay attention to those songs, my loves, because that's how you two are communicating. Music is very important to this connection, I will say. Okay, my loves, let's pull from the energy oracle. This is so exciting. I'm really excited, my babies. I feel like some of you could be like, "No, this is too good to be true," because I've wanted this so much for so long. It's great. It is absolutely fucking fantastic, but it's not too good to be true, my loves. Because I mean, ends the reading here. Look at that. Oh my god. Okay, so let's talk about it in a second, my babies, because oh my god, yeah. Yep. I'm gonna fucking lose my shit in a minute. I can't. Oh my god. I like what's happening, and I'm gonna be normal about it, okay? Because I am good at being normal. It comes very naturally to me. I do not Thank you, phone. I do not, of spirit being like, babe, come on, and me being like, I do not know how to not be normal about things. I'm so excited. I feel shaky, but this is so fucking good, my babies. I would like one more, please. I feel like, yeah. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. When it's good, my babies. I don't know what to tell you. When it's good, it's good. So first chakra, base chakra, my darlings. Archangel Michael. That's a chakra you've worked on very, 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 very intensely. You have built that security, my babies. You are very good at grounding yourselves. Nature is home to you, my darlings, which would make sense, especially for my earth and water sign babies. Feels like, yeah. Feels like you're making a conscious effort to get outside more, to be in nature more lately, especially right before you connect with this person. So in the last few days, you could have even gone on like a big nature excursion. The name Michael is very important to this connection as well, I will say, in some way. But also Archangel Michael. That's my pal. That's my buddy. It's my good friend, Archangel Michael. Courage, my loves. Courage, to have that with the Angel of Strength. Courage, because that is what it feels like, you know, is what's needed to make this connection happen. This person is putting themselves out there, my loves. Energetically, they are putting themselves out there. They are there. They're available to you. It feels as though there's something pertaining to you being able to reach them, but they can't reach you. Maybe, you know, it's difficult to reach you on an online platform because of what you do for a living. Or it could be very, you know, private. You could have your DMs turned off or some such. Hang on, I have to shift my butt. My butt's asleep. Okay. It just feels like they're more easily accessible to you than you are to them, my darlings. So they're right there. Like they've done all the effort and all the work of being right there, my loves. All you have to do is Knight of Cups it. All you have to do is reach out to them, my loves. And it's that fucking simple. And regardless of gender, it does feel as though this person, 44s, big numbers for you, my loves, 4s, 44s, 444s. This person is really embodying their feminine energy. They do feel extremely intuitive. It feels as though the two of you have had a lot of, especially with the Lover's card, a lot of mirroring energy. You've gone through a lot of transformation over the last 2 years, specifically, my loves, but going back as far as, honestly, as far back as like 5-7 years. A lot has been shifted, a lot has moved, a lot has changed, a lot has, you know, a lot of it has been difficult and uncomfortable. But you've done it. You've done it, my babies. And this person is so open-hearted. So fucking open-hearted, wears their heart on their sleeves. As you see this person, my loves, is exactly as they are. This person does not have the capability to put on any kind of performative shit. That's not, and it feels like, you know, it can almost seem like that because they're so fucking fantastic, because they're so sweet and warm and kind and loving and funny and intelligent and passionate and confident, all of these wonderful things, that it's like what's the catch? There is no fucking catch, my loves. You're fantastic, they're fantastic, two fantastic people come together. And it's great. But yeah, beautiful, gorgeous energy here, my darlings. Gorgeous energy. This person so quickly confirms for you that you made the right decision by reaching out to them. It feels so easy. It feels so right. It literally feels like, some of you are from a place where you pronounce literally like literally, because I said literally and you're like, you really enunciated that. I don't enunciate that. Literally. Cutie patootie you are. Yeah, they make it so easy to talk to them. 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, that is the crown chakra, my loves. That is your spiritual light, your radar. Very strong spiritual connection between you both. Both of you have very strong psychic energy, very strong intuitive energy, very strong telepathic connection to each other. It feels as though you could even be having dreams of the other person within 4 weeks to 4 months before you meet. You could also be hearing them, like especially as you fall asleep or as you wake up, you could be hearing them talking, smelling them as well, like smelling their perfume or their shampoo. Very strong psychic link to you both, my loves. Very strong psychic link, very strong soulmate link between you both. This is a very deep soul connection, my loves. You both are very protective of each other. Extremely protective of each other, which is really fucking beautiful because it feels like neither of you need protection, and it feels as though the lack of needing protection has come from not feeling protected your entire lives. So coming into your own to do the best that you can to protect yourselves. And in fact, doing that to such a degree that you're like, oh no, I don't need protecting. Well, nobody needs protecting, my loves, but you're worthy of protecting. And you two come into each other's lives for a multitude of reasons, part of which is to protect each other. This person especially is very protective of you, and part of how you know this is your person is because you're okay with how protective they are of you, because you do not like people, you know, blocking you in any kind of way or telling you what to do, and this person doesn't do that, but they watch over you and they reassure you, and they don't allow harm to come to you in any kind of way. And I feel like a part of how harm comes to you, my darlings, is how you think of and speak to yourselves in some degree, my darlings. And that's a difficult habit to break. But I will say with the utmost confidence, you are absolutely magnificent, and you deserve every bit of kindness towards yourselves that you give out to every single other person you interact with in droves. And this person, yeah, like it's in little ways and bigger ways. Like sometimes it's like, you know, making a small comment towards yourselves to be like, oh, you know, oh, I'm so this, or, you know, I'm so that, or, you know, I'm sorry if I'm being annoying. And this person is instantly like, hang on, hold on, hold on, my love, my beautiful, sweet, beloved darling. Let's backtrack on that. No, no, no. And it really makes you put thought into how you speak to yourself, my darlings. And that's a really beautiful thing, because you deserve to be very kind, loving, and gentle with yourselves, my darlings. And this person instills that. But also, I feel as though this person gives out a lot of protection. Especially if they're intuitives, you know, they give out a lot of protection. I do not feel as though this person has any idea of how it feels to be reciprocated that kind of protection. And you do that for them, and that's everything, along with everything else that you give them, my loves. This is a very strong, very powerful, very committed relationship, my loves. It's really fucking beautiful. It is really fucking beautiful. The number 5 is jumping out at me a lot. 5 could be significant. You could meet in the month of May. You could connect in the month of May. One of you could have 5 in your birthdays, or one of you could have the favorite number of 5. 5 just keeps, I keep looking at the 5 here. Or your age could end in 5. Okay. Let's pull from the Moonology Oracle. I really like this, though. This is really fucking exciting. It's just, oh, it's so good, my babies. It's so patient and kind and loving, but it's so exciting and it's so fun. And I can hear you both saying, like, I found the person that I want to go on adventures with. And it feels like that's what you both, part of what you're manifesting. It feels like you specifically as well. You're really worried about a romantic connection becoming like mundane and boring, because you are not. in any capacity, mundane or boring. So it makes a lot of sense that you're connecting to somebody who they're so fucking interesting. They're so interesting. Like just talking to them, listening to them talk, you're fascinated because they're just such an interesting person. They have so many stories. They have so many experiences to share. They have so much passion, so many interests. They're so fucking interesting. And this is a person you get to have a life of adventure with, my love. This never gets boring. This never gets dull. There is so much in store for the both of you. It's fucking marvelous. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. You're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. Well, doesn't it though? Conclusions are within reach. Gorgeous full moon eclipse as well. We just had that if you're watching this around the time that it's posted. And where do you want to go? You want to go here. Don't let pride get in your way. Bottom of the deck energy is a new start is coming. New moon. That is fucking beautiful. That is gorgeous. I'm going to lose my marbles about it. Okay, yeah. So time to release negativity, my loves. It feels like that negativity could kind of bubble up as this person is brought to light for you. You could get stuck in your head and you could be like, no, I don't want to bother them. I don't want to, I don't want to let my own, fantasies kind of get in the way of reality, and I don't want to bother this person. You're not, my loves. You're not. You've asked for this person specifically, not any person. You don't want any person. If you wanted any person, you could very easily have any person. You want this person, my loves. This is your person. They're here. They're coming here. They're going to be here. So you don't need to get in your heads about it, my loves, and you don't need to worry that no, you're bothering them or you're unworthy of them, because you're not, my loves. And that is going to be made so clear to you when you reach out to them, and they are instantly, I don't even feel like you have to wait like very long for a reply. Instantly receptive to you. Very close to achieving your goal. Yeah. In all ways, in work as well as in relationship dynamics, my loves. Like, it's all happening for you. It's happening for you, my loves. That's so specifically coming through as well. And this changes the course of everything. All of the luck, fortune, and abundance is still there, but it just changes the course of it to head, towards a slightly different, but equally as good, if not better place, my loves. Fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. Yeah. I mean, okay. You have some tastes and some interests, because we're not on Patreon, but there's a lot that's coming through. This is a very, very, very deeply as well as compatibly passionate relationship, my loves. Very much so. Feels as though you have very specific tastes in regards to intimacy. I'm hearing intense. That's fantastic. Tastes in regards to intimacy. You two match each other perfectly. This person surprises the shit out of you. Because you have some things that you're worried, if you're like, if I bring this up, like, will someone be like, what the hell is all that about? And this person's like, baby, it is go time. Let's fucking go. And that's a beautiful connection. Conclusions are within reach. Yeah, this is happening very quickly, my loves. I mean, next 7 days, this is happening very, very, very fucking quickly. Very quickly. It feels as though the lunar eclipse really jump-started this into motion. And, it's something you two have been working towards and building up for a very, 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 very long time. The wheels are being set in motion, my darlings, in a really beautiful way. This is very exciting. Don't let pride get in your way, my loves. Get out of your heads, please. Your heads are beautiful. You're so beautiful. I love you so much. I would kiss you on the forehead if I could. Please imagine me doing so. If that's something you're into. You're telling me you're touch starved. Some of you thought of me like kissing your forehead and you're like, oh God. And baby, me too. Yeah. Don't let pride get in you. You have beautiful hair, by the way. I will say, you have gorgeous fucking hair. Beautiful faces as well. You're gorgeous. You're fucking stunning. Anyway, your eyes too. People don't compliment your eyes enough. You have fucking magnificent eyes. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just, I just like you a lot. Yeah, don't let pride get in your way, my babies. But also, reacting from your heart. This is a very heart-centered connection, my loves. You two are linked at the heart. There is like a string connecting your heart to this person's heart that has gone your entire lives doing so. Eternity as well, not just this lifetime, my darlings. Eternity. Trusting that pull, trusting how right this feels, because it does feel very right, my loves. And it feels like that rightness is what's meant to soothe and comfort you, and to be like, no, this is good. You're on the right track. Yeah, but reaching out to this person, please, 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 because it's good. It is good, my babies, and the opportunity is going to come up for you, and you just have to act on it, my loves. That's it. That's it. And it's going to be fantastic. Is there anything else? Somebody keeps kissing my jawline, specifically on the right side. There's a lot of attention on the right side. So if you could sleep on the... Oh, fuck. Directions. They're tricky. Sleep on... Okay. This person sleeps on the... It's weird because I'm seeing it from like the top of the bed or headboard perspective. Okay, so if you're standing at the foot of the bed, this person sleeps on the right side. And you sleep on the left side. But you sleep like tucked into each other. Yeah. Anyway, jawline kisses. A lot of very, 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 very sweet physical intimacy. There's a lot of very affectionate touching. And not just like in terms of like, leading to more. I mean, a lot of that. You're busy. The physical fitness in this connection is crazy. The step counters are going wild. I was like, what does that even mean? And they were like, and showed me like a pedometer. They were shaking, and I was like, oh, okay. Because I was like, are you walking on each other? Like, well, people are into all different kinds of things, my babies. I have seen it all. I have heard it all. I have been doing this a long time. I have been doing something a long time. It's neither here nor there. It's not about me. We're not here to talk about me. What the fuck was I talking about before that? Yes, it's not just, meant to lead towards, that. Like, it's just, you guys just love... Ooh, excuse the heck out of you, my baby. You love touching each other. You love showing each other how much you love each other in all ways, especially physically. I need to go to bed, my baby. Okay, group number 2, my sweet, beautiful darlings. This is everything. Like, no pressure. This is fucking everything. This is magnificent. This is the warmest, coziest, comfiest energy of all fucking time. I feel like some of you have put a lot of thought as of recent into being parents and being very excited about that and really hoping that it happens. Someone in this connection could also have a child. Anywho, really exciting, my loves. A really fucking exciting week coming for you, my baby. So much magnificent energy. Oh, Rowan's snoring loudly like a dragon in the background. But that aside, magnificent energy. Really beautiful connection coming towards you, my loves. This person is so lovely. They're so lovely. They feel like home. They feel safe and secure and warm and loving and wonderful. This is very much best friends, soulmates, lovers, life partners, all of that good stuff combined into one. It's very, 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 very sweet. I hope that you enjoyed that, my darlings. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. I would love to talk to you. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon with the extended 18 plus readings and exclusive readings, as well as my what the fuck else Instagram, Etsy store, and my email for more information on private readings, so on and what have you, are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me. I am so excited for you, my babies. Wonderful things happening, wonderful things coming. Follow your intuition. You feel called to this person, my loves, please reach out to this person because it is for a good reason. I love you very, 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 very much. Bye. Hello, 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 my loves. Group number 3, be the hunter, not the hunted. You are my psychic babies. There's a lot of psychic energy in today's readings, my loves. You are my psychic babies. Very wise, very tapped in, very in tune, very connected with your spiritual guidance. It's very cool. Let's see what is... Holy shit. Okay. Okay, so... Yeah, I was feeling this a bit when I saw the number 8. Don't know what 8 has to do with it, but the number 8 made me think of it, so it has something to do with it. If you felt drawn at all to pile number 2, my darlings, it does feel as though this group is very strongly connected to pile number 2. There is so much fucking loving energy in today's readings. It's bonkers. And I did not expect that at fucking all. Because I never go into a reading being like, this is going to be romance focused, because you know me, my babies, I love love. I will never shut up about it. You can't make me. But I didn't expect, I didn't expect that to be such a focus of a what's happening in the next 7 days reading. And yet here we fucking are. So... yeah, be the hunter. Yeah, very strong connection to group number 2, my babies. Very okay. All right, okay. Let's pull some I feel like, again, this is a timeless reading, but with the lunar eclipse, it feels like a lot of people manifested like their divine counterparts, their connections to come in. And it feels like that could be part of the reason why there's such a huge focus on romance here. But like that, blowing my mind. Blowing the ass right off of me. Anyway, look what I learned how to do. Isn't that cool? I'm so proud of myself. Tee-hee. Tee-hee. I learned how to do it from freaking out over the lunar eclipse and flipping cards for 9 hours a day. Tee-hee, ha-ha. Rowan hates when I do it, though. She hates that sound. I'm sorry, Ro. I love you. It's just business, baby. Okay, so we're going to pull some Mermaid Tarot and get... This is beautiful energy. I'm going to elaborate more on this, but I just want to get the layout for the next 7 days, and then we can... Sugar, we're going down. Fuck. Yeah, okay, so there is so much similarity between this group and group number 2, which is very interesting. It's interesting because when I was doing group 2, I was like, I want to talk about this more, but I feel like I've been talking for a long time. And I guess there's more to say. But a lot of similar, yeah. Okay. They went off with this 10 of Swords in the Mermaid Tarot. Holy sh! Every time I see it, when it pulls out in a reading, especially in like a reading I'm doing, like, hello, Rowan, hello, a reading like face to face with somebody, when it comes out, they're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, you know what? Card's not even that deep, but that's fair. That is fair. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah. So, It'll be very telling, my darlings, if you picked this group before or after group number 2. I feel as though if you pick this group organically, my loves, I'm rolling away. Organically. Why can't I fucking stop rolling away? My house is so slanted. I'm fucking going flying. Because it feels as though I cannot stay in position. It feels as though group number 2 was very close to meeting their person. Very, 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 very close. Like it was happening within the next 7 days. And I don't want that to influence your decision, my darlings. If you picked this group first, there are messages for you in group 2, very closely linked. But if you picked this group first, we're going to get into why that is, my darlings. Did I not count right? No, that's 7. I know how to count. I'm so talented. Well. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. Because you're manifesting this. You are manifesting this, my loves. The Lovers and the King of Wands, this is what you are manifesting. You are manifesting a career that is successful and driven by your passions and your creativity, because you feel extremely creative, my loves. You want to be your own bosses. You want to start your own businesses. You want to be really in your power, my darlings. Very, 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 very strongly in your power. You could be fire signs. Specifically, you could be Geminis. You could be earth signs. Leo, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I don't know why I said Capricorn that way. I was thinking while talking, and I was trying to delay the talking so that I could think more, and then I just made a weird sound. I think it's because I was trying to reconnect with my Donald Duck impression today for my daughter. I used to be very good at a Donald Duck impression, and my daughter asked me if I could sound like Donald Duck, and I was like, baby, it's been years. And then I got really annoying, and I got very voice actory about it, and I was like, it's back here, and it's really, you gotta like suck in the nasal and bring it back to like the corners of the jaw. And she was like, what are you talking about? Just be funny or stop. And I was like, that's so true, babe. People have been telling me that my whole life, and I couldn't do it. I got close, but I fucked up my throat chakra in doing so. Anyway, enough about me. This is Rosebloom story time. Let's get it together, woman. Me. Yeah, you really, and it's starting. You have ideas. Some of you could even be setting those ideas in motion. For your work, you know what you want to do. Ideally, you know what you want to see yourself doing. Part of what you're manifesting as well, my darlings, is your soul partnership. You want a real soul partnership. You could also even be manifesting in tandem, like a connection that you get to work with, a team effort. You know, people that do the same things, or that, you know, work in the same kind of field and get to bounce ideas off of each other in that way. And it does feel as though, because these came up in like the general energies, that these manifestations are really at the forefront of what is happening for you spiritually, my darlings. I feel as though, yeah, there's a very strong spiritual energy for you, from you, my darlings. You could be very like consciously manifesting this through rituals and setting intentions, and then some of you even spell work and so on and what have you. Okay, so for day 1, my darlings, which is the day after today, whatever tomorrow is, that is day 1. We have the Hermit. Day 2 is the 5 of Pentacles. Day 3 is the 6 of Pentacles. Day 4 is the 10 of Swords. Day 5 is the Hierophant. Day 6, I can count, is the 3 of Pentacles. And day 7 is Judgment. Okay, so let's start with day number 1 here. So day number 1 feels like you are... 1, really setting your ideas into motion, but 2, it feels as though you are kind of connecting with your independence. You are connecting with, it feels like you're going to be doing a lot of research, especially pertaining to your work. You could be looking up what to buy. You could be looking up, reviews on certain things. You could be practicing building your, if you're working online, you could be building like your online presence, your online platform. But also really trusting your intuition at the start of this coming week, whatever day it is, my darlings. You're really trusting where your intuition is leading you, even if it's not in like a direction that you expect, or even if it's not in a direction where you would have chosen on your own to go. The fact that you feel drawn to it, you're trusting it, and that trusting in yourself and in your divine guidance is going to be very imperative for the things that you want to manifest, my loves. Day number 2, we have the Five of Pentacles. I'm hearing it's not that serious. You could be having a little, something smells really good. Someone could have just had a shower or a bath. Or bought a new perfume or a new lotion. Or a new scent diffuser. Or you just lit a candle recently. It smells very nice. But yeah, it's not that serious. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Getting out of your heads on day 2, my loves. Getting out of your heads and realizing that there's a lot more that's happening for you than you realize. And it might remain unseen for the time being, but it is there. It is happening. And you are tuned into your intuition enough to know that it's there. So trusting that it's there, believing that it's there, and yeah, knowing that it's there, knowing that even if you can't see it directly, there's still so much that is happening for you, my loves, that is happening for your manifestations in a really exciting way. Day 3, my darlings, it feels as though something to do with children. So either you are working with children, you're going to be around children. It could even be children of a family member, or children of like a close friend, or connecting with your inner child. So going back home, for those of you that have left home, that are a distance from home, going back home and, kind of connecting with your childhood home, your childhood experiences, your memories in that place. And it's a very, very, very warm, very, very heart-centered connection. It also feels like, I can see you sitting down and having a long talk with somebody, an older person, either a parent or a grandparent or family friend that's, quite elderly, and just exchanging a lot of stories and a lot of passions, and realizing that you're very, very, very similar to this person, at least the way that they were when they were, around your age in a lot of ways. And that's very reassuring for you, because this person has found happiness and success throughout their lives in many ways. And it's very encouraging for you. And you give them a renewed excitement that they've really missed having in their lives. And that's really beautiful. Day 4, my love, we have the Ten of Swords. It feels as though that's the turning point. That is the turning point for you, my darlings. You are taking your hermit phase. You're taking your manifestations. You're taking the give and take energy of the Six of Pentacles. You're taking the trust in the Five of Pentacles, that there is more going on, even if we might not be able to see it through our doubts and anxieties and fears. There is, more going on, and it feels as though you are ending the current phase that you're in. You're ending the phase of, doubts and worries and insecurities and uncertainty, and, strictly putting out into the world your manifestations. And now you're heading for this. You're heading for complete trust in the divine, complete trust in your manifestations, knowing that what is coming to you, although it has taken divine timing, what is coming to you is solid and secure and strong and worthwhile. And that's very, 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 very exciting. Day 5. You could be signing an important document pertaining to your work that's very exciting for you, or you could be, I'm hearing you're texting somebody quite a lot, like a special person, a specific person. Or some of you could be writers, and you're writing, writing something. or just feeling very inspired. You could be artists as well. You could make art, and you just feel very inspired to create art on day 5. Day 6, my darlings, is the 3 of Pentacles, building something really beautiful with your community. It feels as though, you know, any stressors or kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Any stressors or any kind of, you know, bumps in the road in your journey for starting up whatever it is that you want to do, or fleshing it out in whatever way. This person, or these 2 people specifically, as I'm seeing them, are very, very, very warm and supportive, and very fantastic at problem solving, and very reassuring and very supportive in a lot of ways. And it's really, really beautiful. And then day 7, my darlings, we have Judgment, and that's fantastic. Judgment is awakening. It feels as though through the energy of this week, especially at the halfway mark, being the energy of like letting go and completely releasing, and, you know, moving on. Like, it's like, okay, that ended. Next phase, next story, next something. And awakening to that, really being like, yes, okay, I've got what I need, I'm taking it with me, and I'm running with it. I know that there's more than just here. I know that the experiences I have here are not limiting me, because anything is possible. I can go anywhere, I can do anything. There is nothing that can stop me. I trust myself completely and explicitly. And it's really fucking nice. It's really nice to have that confirmation, that excitement, that like, yes, this is really happening. We're going to be, you know, what's happening? I just had a very weird moment. Very weird moment where I was like about to start narrating a conversation that I was hearing between you and these 2 people that you're connected to in the 3 of Pentacles energy. It was very, very weird. But yes, this is happening. It's really exciting. It's really, you know, going really well for us. It's going better than you could imagine, and you're going to be getting a lot of signs and a lot of synchronicities, my loves, especially clairaudience clairaudient focused signs. So ringing, buzzing, songs, etc., etc., etc. It feels like you're very naturally clairaudient anyway, so the signs that you've already been getting, you're going to be getting very, 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 very frequently. Feathers as well feel like a very big big sign for you, my darlings. Okay, let's pull some light activation cards, because this is very exciting. It'll be really weird to listen back on that, because I just totally, like, when I was talking earlier, like I went somewhere. Like I was not, I don't even know what I was saying. I was just like talking. I was like accidentally like completely channeling when I didn't mean to. So it'll be interesting to hear like what, like it felt like I was like asleep almost. And then I like, you know, when you're like falling asleep while somebody's talking to you, and you like, you know, because you're falling asleep, you miss some certain words and you come back to it and they're like on like a completely different sentence. That's what it felt like. It felt like I fell like asleep in the middle of talking, but I wasn't. I didn't fall asleep, or you would have seen me asleep here. I would have just, and then I like came to, and I could hear myself talking, but I was like, what the fuck is she saying? Which, like, baby, that's just, I mean, that's just every day, every minute of every day. But yeah, that was wild. Channeling is very strong with you, my loves. Your psychic energy is very good. So channeling, channeling writing, just sitting down, writing, centering yourselves, writing whatever comes out. Channeled speaking, like I had just done, which is just, you know, getting into a meditative state, and you can record yourself and listen to, you know, yourself, what you say, and so on and what have you. Yeah, your guides are very close. Angelic frequency, angels are here. You are safe, potent connection. Gaia gateway activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, and earth intelligence. I believe these 2 cards as well came out in group number 2. Venusian galactic council, star being guides, answer the call, time to shine. Soul star activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. And I'm going to take the bottom because it is Chamber of the Violet Flame, Karmic Release, and Radical Transformation, which really fits into the fact that at the halfway mark of the upcoming week, we got the Ten of Swords. So it does feel like you're really actively working with the energy of release, and you know, you're so driven towards your manifestations that you're like, okay, whatever I need to get rid of, let's get rid of it, my babies, and working through that in any way that you can. The garden and the gate, okay, that's beautiful. Yeah. Things are happening, things are growing. You have, you know, planted seeds, you've done well. There's nothing, you know, you're missing out on. There's nothing you really need to do. Now it's just a matter of waiting, knowing that you have to wait for the right time, wait for things to come to fruition, wait for things to grow. We have yin and yang, so a lot of really good balance in your masculine and feminine energies, my darlings, in the balance of, you know, taking action, but also receiving is really strong with you, my loves, and that's very, very, very powerful. We have all tied up, and we have angel of strength. Okay, so it can feel as though, what is this? It can feel as though in the next 7 days, you know, especially with this need to be, you know, patient and to kind of take your time and to wait it out and to let things grow and flow and all of that stuff, it can be extremely difficult. I'm getting a kind of like burning in my third eye as well, which I used to get when I first started developing my intuition, when I would like push myself too hard, because one thing about me, my babies, is I don't know when to quit, don't know when to give up. Maybe when I should, but I don't. Never have, never will. So I would push myself because you're excited, you're developing your intuition, you're connecting with spirit, you're, you know, connecting to visions and everything. And so I would push myself way too hard because I was so excited and so determined to get it right, that I would get, it would be like a fizzle almost. It would be like this like burning, and sometimes it would even be like a fizzle or a pop in my third eye, and that's what it feels like. So it feels like you are really burning out your own intuition trying to get clarity and answers on this, when you know you have them, my darlings. You've sought out a lot of intuitive insight as well from others, and you've got the clarity, my loves. You don't need to burn yourselves out. It's really just a matter of, you know, slow and steady wins the race, I'm hearing. And I know that's a really fucking annoying thing for me to say, especially in terms of manifestation, but that's really strongly how I'm feeling, my darlings, is that, you know, there's no rush. You've done the work, you've done the effort, you're planting the seeds, things are happening, even if you can't see them, you know. Before a plant sprouts, there's a fucking ton that happens below the earth that we cannot see, but that is imperative to the health and growth and success of that said plant, my darlings. And that feels like the phase that you're in right now, my darlings. And angel of strength, you're very strongly protected, especially through the energy of transformation. It can be difficult energy, it can be heavy energy, my darlings. Patience is everything in regards to that. And just going easy on yourselves, giving back to yourselves in whatever way you feel called to, my darlings, as long as it is a nurturing and loving way to give back to yourselves. But very divinely protected, my darlings. Very, very, very divinely protected. My nose is very itchy, if that resonates with you. You have a very playful guide as well, because I got itchy right on my nose ring, and it was almost like someone was like playing with it, like jiggling it or like twisting it, is what it felt like. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. A lot of Leo energy here. Bring love into the situation. And be bold to make the first move. Okay, gorgeous. So, adjustments are required. Yeah, it just feels like, that's funny because that card popped into my head. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. But adjustments are required feels like, you know, I feel like timing is very important to you. And that's not a dig at you, my love. That's a very common thing. One of the most common things people tell me in readings, any kind of reading, is I don't want to hear divine timing. I want specific timing. Don't give me any of that divine timing. And I'm like, I just get what I'm told. What do you want from me? No, I'm joking. I do the very best that I can to give specific timelines, but timelines are very fickle things, my darlings, because things are constantly shifting. Energy is constantly shifting. Things can, happen at a faster rate when energy shifts a certain way. They can happen at a slower rate when energy shifts a certain way. It's a constant moving cycle, my loves. Constant moving machine. Very Howl's Moving Castle energy, like it's constantly going. But adjustments are required feels very much like you don't need to put a date on it, my loves. You don't need to put a date on it. There's a lot of like enjoy the ride energy here. Like, that's part of the fun of manifestations coming to light is the journey, and is getting to enjoy that journey and enjoying the process and enjoying, the feeling of excitement of what's to come, and knowing that, when it does arrive, it's going to change you forever. And patience is a difficult thing to hold on to, my loves, but it does feel as though that is what Spirit is calling on you to do at this time, is to just have that patience. Confidence is your key to success, my loves. You are a very, very sensitive, very heart-centered person, but also it's very important that you believe that the things you are welcoming, that you have asked for, you are extremely deserving of, because that's an easy thing to forget, my loves. It's easy to get lost in our thoughts and kind of convince ourselves that we are not worthy of certain things, but no, you're very worthy of the things that you're welcoming, my loves, and you will have them. That is for fucking sure. Bring love into this situation. New moon in Aquarius. It doesn't need to be so logical, my loves. Doesn't need to be so logical. Doesn't need to be so thoroughly thought out. It can just be heart-led. It can just be, this feels right. The destinations that I'm going towards because it feels right. And if you're, it feels like some of you could have like naysayers around you. Some of you could have people who are like constantly questioning what it is that you do or why that you do it. And so it's very easy to, to kind of get into a place of logic just subconsciously, and really, really, really put yourself in a position to like really overthink and thoroughly think until you can't think no more. The things that you are going through and that you're welcoming. And Spirit saying very clearly, like, logic doesn't need to be here. This is heart-centered stuff. This is, this is spiritual stuff. This is gifts from us. Like, it doesn't need to kind of be so planned out, so methodical, so like, okay, I'm going to do this, and it's going to lead to this, and it's going to lead to this, and it's going to lead to this. It's very much like trusting your own instincts and trusting your own heart and following your heart in that regard, my darlings. And when you do things from a place of love, and it can be, love directed at a certain person, it can be love directed at yourself, it can be love directed at a certain situation, but when you do things from a place of love, my darlings, that's very, very, very spiritually powerful, especially in terms of manifestations coming to light, because that's all trusting yourself, trusting your heart, and trusting the divine, my darlings. And then we have be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. It does feel as though with the King of Wands here, a lot of you in the next week or the week after are taking specific action towards achieving what it is that you want to achieve, towards making happen what it is that you want to make happen. You could be buying, supplies, you could be renovating your space, you could be building your online platform, etc., so on and what have you. But it does feel as though if it's, if you're still in the phase here of like, this is what I want, this is what I'm hoping for, Spirit is encouraging you to take action on those things. Even if it's, even if you can just afford one little bit of what you are able to, or what you want to have, what you want to utilize for your work, even if it's just, a piece or two, that's what you can afford for now. And having it is going to be very motivating for you to get you to continue, my darling. So not holding yourself back anymore. Not, and I feel like that kind of connects to bring love into the situation, is like, okay, you hold yourself back because you're overthinking constantly, but what if, I didn't hold myself back? What if I just went for it and it went really well for me in a really, really, really exciting way? And it feels like it will, my loves. It feels like it's going to be really, really, really exciting for you. And that's fucking fantastic, my darlings. That's amazing. That's really exciting energy. They're telling me there's one more thing. I was just about to ask if there was anything else. And they're like, oh, one more thing. Hmm. 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 I'm hearing something about it, a lot of focus over here on the violet flame. It's like writing out what it is that you know, want to release and putting it into the violet flame, and then writing out what you want to welcome. And you can either put it, you know, into the fire that you're burning in your ritual. You can just keep it in your journal, but there's like some sort of element of, you know, consciously releasing the things that are holding you back to get to that 10 of swords energy, to get to that, okay, now I'm finished, now we can move on to the next story, the next chapter, kind of a thing. And that's really exciting. Is there anything else, my loves? Oh my goodness, they give me a shiver. Group number 3, my darlings. You are manifesting everything that you want. I mean, the Lovers and the King of Wands energy, that is coming towards you, my darlings. There is just things that you are going through in the beforehand, a lot of preparation being done, my loves, in your best interest, and that's really, 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 really exciting. But I hope that you enjoyed that, my loves. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment and let me know. I love to hear from you. I love to talk to you. If the reading resonated and my energy resonated, please subscribe if you feel so inclined. All of my links for Patreon, that has the extended 18 plus readings, exclusive monthly readings, as well as my Instagram, my Etsy, and my email, where I to inquire where I do what, babe? What are we doing over there? To inquire about private readings is down in the description box below. Oh God. Thank you so much for being here with me, my darlings. I love you very, 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 very much. Bye. Hello, 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 my beautiful darlings. Group number 4, last but not least, if you picked this very fun card. Inspiration, this is your reading on what is happening over the next 7 days, my loves. It feels as though you are the very, very, very strong by trade as well. Creatives of the group, my loves, you create something. That is how you garner your income. That is your passion. That is your life interest. That is your hobby. It does feel as though you've been having a difficult time, which would make sense because, again, this is a timeless reading, but at the time I'm filming this, we are just about to finish up with a Mercury retrograde, my loves, and then we have, you know, the post shadow period at the end. So if you are watching this at that time, my loves, that could be affecting your kind of inspiration, your ability to convey your inspiration into what you do. But it doesn't have to be a Mercury retrograde, my loves. You could just be dealing with a little bit of, you know, writer's block, artist block, musician's block, creator block. And so you have these ideas, and these ideas are building up, but you're getting incredibly frustrated because you can't create them in a tangible way just yet. We have strength, yeah. And we have 7 of Pentacles. That's gorgeous. That is gorgeous, my loves. Absolutely. Yeah. You're going to get through this, my loves. It's just a matter of being, you know, patient with it and letting it slide. I know some of you are like, I've been patient. It's been long enough. I've been patient. But it's on the other side of it, my loves, it's going to be great, and it has served its purpose. It feels like, you know, you have a tendency to kind of hyperfixate on what it is that you create. And so you create so much in such a condensed amount of time that you kind of get burnt out. And it feels like that's happened enough times over the last 3 years specifically, that 2 years, 3 years, that now it's very difficult to grasp that inspiration. And it just feels as though your body and your mind and your creative muscles just need a bit of a rest, my darlings. But 7 of Pentacles, yeah, it feels like you're working on a really big project with what you create, like something really significant, something that's really going to change the course of what you do. It's like it's your magnum opus. And yeah, it's going really, really, really well. It feels like you started it with... Rowan hates when I do that. She does not like when I flip like that. It feels like it started as kind of like a little passion project, and then it grew and you're like, oh, this can be really big, this can be really significant, and now it's like, okay, this is everything. Like, I'm putting all my attention, my effort, my money, my time into this. And it does feel as though you're creating something hugely significant, my loves, hugely successful and hugely beautiful. It just needs a little time. You just need a little breaky poo. Just a little bit of a relaxation. Yeah, hermit phase. You just, you just needed to kind of give back to yourself in that sort of a way. And take time for yourself. Oh, gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Okay. Scooch, if you can. Scooch, if you don't mind. Oh, this is lovely. Yeah, this is really nice. Okay, so. Lovely, 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 lovely. My loves. Okay, so day number 1 is tomorrow. Whatever tomorrow is, that is day number 1. Day number 1 energy is the 7 of Swords. Day number 2 is the Hermit. Day number 3 is the 5 of Pentacles. Day number 4 is the Ace of Wands. Day number 5 is the Empress. And day number 6 is the Star. And day number 7 is the 6 of Pentacles. This is fucking lovely. This is lovely, my darlings. This is lovely. Day number 1, it feels as though you're going to have a renewed bout of inspiration very, very quickly. It feels as though something to do with this reading kind of gets you out of that phase that you're in. I'm hearing a dog, like when they shake after they get out of like the bathtub or something, like you're just like shaking it off and you're like, okay, done with that. And you get a bout of inspiration that feels different from anything you've had before, and you kind of don't know how to fit it in to the project that you're doing, but you're like, I just know that this is meant to fit in here somewhere. I just know that this is meant to be placed in here somewhere. Day number 2, my darlings, the Hermit. It does feel as though you do need a good hermit phase, a good, reconnecting with yourself, finding a way to retrust your intuition after past time, connect with the divine in that way, studying, getting inspiration. I feel as though you are going to be doing some research on people who you're influenced by, who you're inspired by, and that can help as well in building your confidence, in yourself again, and kind of helping you get out of the blockage that you've been in. 5 of Pentacles on the day 3. There's a lot of good around you, my loves. If you lift your head and you choose to look at it, we can focus on the lacking and we can focus on the difficulty. Of course we can, but why would we when there's so much good that's always happening around us? We just have to stay present in the moment to be able to recognize it. And it does feel as though as well on day number 3 that a financial issue that you've been dealing with for quite some time has a very positive resolution for you. For my darlings is the Ace of Wands, which is really, really, really exciting. It feels like, you're just unstoppable. It feels like actually you stay up almost the whole night the night before creating what it is that you create, because you're just riding this wave of inspiration and just going for it. And you're like, no, I know what I want. I know what I want this to look like and be. And I have to do it. And that's exciting. That's very exciting energy, my darlings. You or this person could be a fire sign, Leo as well. Earth sign as well, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and air, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. But it does feel like, yes, take this inspiration, run with it, but let's not repeat, old patterns. Let's not get so invested that we forget to nurture and take care of ourselves until we're completely burnt out and exhausted and sick and cranky. So Ace of Wands, very exciting energy, but also encouraging you to find that balance, like the Empress, to find... I don't know what, that was a piece of wax for my candle. To find that balance in, like the Empress is very good at receiving. very good at receiving, very good at being in, you know, grounded, but in tune with their emotions and their spiritual psychic gifts. And it feels like balancing that energy as well as the energy of, you know, say like the King of Wands, like the King of Wands more so. The like go, go, go energy, the let's follow this through, let's go after this, let's do this. And then to combine that with the Empress of the Empress energy, where it's like, no, 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 no. We're not rushing. We're not running anywhere. We're not racing anywhere. It's coming to us. Let's let that happen. Wish is coming true because the stars here, my darlings, seem very similar to me. So day 6, we have the star. And that is, I'm hearing like a completion of healing. Completion of healing, completion of taking the time that you needed to take but didn't, so spirit made you take it, of you know, kind of resting in that writer's block, or resting in that creative block, because everybody goes through that, my loves. Every creator in the entire universe goes through that blockage at some time. And you know, sometimes it's just for nothing and sometimes it's for a reason, and this time it was for the reason of you needing to take a step back and to kind of reevaluate and reconnect as well. Reconnect with, you know, your social circle, as well as reconnecting with yourself, in a lot of ways, but knowing that yes, your wishes are being heard very, 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 very strongly. And it feels like these almost go backwards. Like, you know, the star putting out the wish, putting out the call, putting out the manifestation, and then here the Empress being like, yeah, I know this is coming. I know this wish is coming. I'm just going to be right here. I'm going to let that flow to me. And that's really fucking exciting. And then day 7, my darlings, is the 6 of Pentacles. So that is going to be, it feels like for you, my darlings, there's either an exchange you're doing for funsies, especially those of you who are artists. You're like trading back and forth, you know, the art that you create every 30 seconds or something. And they're really helping you that way with your inspiration through that. But it could also be, you know, having the ability, having the means to kind of assist somebody who's in a bit of a financial tight spot, and feeling really accomplished that way, because that's something that you really want for yourself, is to, yes, I want to pursue my passions. I want to pursue what I like, you know, doing and what matters to me. But at the same time as well, you know, I want this to sustain me and allow me to build a very stable life, for myself and for my family in whatever way that forms. And so to be able to help somebody who reaches out in a situation that they need help is very exciting for you, because it's like a taste of, you know, what you want and what is coming towards you, my darlings. Feels as though lilies and sunflowers are important to this connection, as well as coins. Finding coins on the ground is a very big confirmation for you. Yeah. We have stellar gateway activation, infinite potential, manifestation vortex, crown chakra upgrade, divine connection, holy experiences, miraculous energy. The divine matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, and God incidences. What am I doing over here? And the Hathor light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. Okay, that's, oh shit, what did I do? Oh. Okay, go over there. That's very, very exciting, because yeah, this is all really exciting. Infinite potential, goodness me. Manifestation vortex really feels like that's like the energy that you are encompassing at the beginning of this next 7 days, my darlings. Is like, yeah, no, I know what I've been working towards and I know where it's going to lead me. I'm just needing to wait for it, and it's right there, my darlings. You're getting to go through. That's very exciting. A renewed sense of vitality in you in this week as well, my darlings. Like just a really strong vigor, especially after the Ace of Wands energy, like a really strong desire to pursue and succeed and create in a really beautiful way. But it's very exciting. I'm hearing some of you are opening commissions. or are for those of you that already have like an online store wanting to bump up your prices but being a bit nervous about it, my darlings, people will pay what you ask of them to pay, my darlings. You know your worth more than anybody else can. Nobody can tell you what you and your efforts are worth and your talents are worth. So if you want to bump up those prices, my loves, inflation. Have you seen the price of bananas lately? Absolute insanity. And everything else. But I recently bought bananas because I wanted to make banana chocolate chip muffins, and I didn't have any old bananas in my freezer. And it was insane to me. It was crazy. It was bonkers. Wild out there. So, you want to bump up your prices, my loves? You do that. And nobody gets to tell you what you're worth or what your creations are worth, my loves. No, no, no. People will pay what you ask because you're fantastic and talented and gifted, and wonderful things are going to come from this, and it's very, very, very exciting. Okay. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. I'm feeling it. There we go. Thank you. We have hostilities. We have victory. Absolutely gorgeous. We have the thinking man. Yeah. And we have, oh, there's a lot here. Okay. We have the angel of balance. We have anxiety. Yeah. What's happening? Oh, and we have the temple path. Okay. Yeah. So you're taking all the right steps, my darlings. All the right steps, doing everything right. Which is annoying because you're like, well, if I'm doing everything right, why isn't this fixed? It will be fixed, my darlings. It's just going to take a bit of time, a little bit of patience. Every creative goes through it. You're on the right track, though, my loves. You are on the right track. Feel the feelings as you need to feel them, but also remember that this is not at all even remotely permanent. You are going to get out of it. You are going to be, even grateful that you went through it, because all of those kind of bulked up ideas have now sort of, what's the word, like combined together to rev up your inspiration for something really, really, really beautiful and exciting. Excuse me, my loves. It does feel as though, as I said, rest and avoiding burnout was part of the lesson for the experiences that you're going through, but it also feels like it's really important for you to reconnect to your social group and, communicate with them and be with them and enjoy life with them and the experiences with them. I think that would be really cool for you, my darlings. But also, yeah, finding the balance in that, in your inspiration, in your work, and in your efforts, but also in your personal life, my darlings, and getting out of your heads and knowing that, yeah, you are going to get through this. The other side of it is going to be really exciting for you to exist in. Really exciting. We have meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. A new start is coming. New moon. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. And a time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. So a lot of confirmations, and then full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. A lot of confirmations that, you're headed for a total new beginning. And you could be deciding to, put what you create out there. You could be, as I said, kind of revamping your online platforms or your online stores. A lot of, just a lot of confirmations of really good things happening for you, my darlings. First chakra, Archangel Michael. That's the root chakra, my darlings. Financial constraints. Oh my goodness. Deceit. And sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron, the third eye. Okay, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. So, staying grounded, my love, staying grounded and present, and recognizing that you are building stability and strength for yourself through this, my loves. It feels like sometimes you can get a bit downhearted about it and be like, well, this wasn't, a very logical thing for me to pursue. How do I do this? How can I get to here? How can I so on and so forth? And it's like, it's gonna happen for you, my loves. It's gonna happen. It's already happening in a way that you can't necessarily see. If you feel called to ask Archangel Michael to kind of sever the cords of anxieties and fear and doubts from you, my loves, that is what they are there for. Financial constraints just feels like, yeah, especially in the next week, there's going to be a really big focus on saving, because it feels like the last few weeks you've gotten a bit frivolous with the spending, you know, quite a bit of shopping and quite a bit of fun and excitement that way. So kind of letting the money flow back to you, my darlings, because I feel like that's something that you can kind of forget to do too, is like, oh, this money's still in the drawer. Or, oh, you know, I need to hold on to this for so-and-so reason, and, you know, I need to kind of save up and hoard the money. And it's like, well, you know, you can be smart with it. Of course, you can pay what needs to be paid, but you can also kind of call it back to you. You know, whatever money I spend, it's going to come back to me tenfold. I'm putting this money out as, you know, good energy into the world. So more money is going to be attracted to me to do the same thing and to maintain the cycle. So you could feel called to kind of just, you know, maybe pinch your pennies a little bit over the next 7 days, my loves. Trust your intuition on that. If there is a call for you to kind of save up or keep your money kind of stowed away, or keep from wasting it, or keep from, you know, going out or drinking or going out eating too much, then trust that instinct, my darlings, because it would be for a reason. Maybe there's something that's coming up that you need to pay for, my loves. Also trusting the just your intuition in general, my darlings. You get very strong intuitive insights, very strong downloads, very strong did I pull these twice? Why did I pull these twice? Oh well, nothing is coincidence. Very strong, yeah, vision. Some of you, especially those of you who are creating like visual content, the visions that you get for the visual content, especially in dreams, is very inspiring for you, my darling. So if you don't already, I feel like a lot of you do, but if you don't already, having like a dream journal or just a generic journal and jotting down the ideas that you get, because there's nothing more frustrating than seeing or getting a very powerful premonition or powerful vision, being like, yes, we're taking that. As soon as we wake up, as soon as we're conscious, we are going with that, and then waking up and having it be gone, my loves. The next 7 weeks, the next 7 days as well, trusting your intuition, my darlings, in regards to the people around you, because it does feel as though the success that you're building and the financial abundance that you're building is already becoming quite obvious to people. So trusting your intuition, my darlings, and if somebody, you know, seems like they need to borrow a shekel or two from you and you feel called to help them, absolutely. But if it feels like somebody, you know, is kind of trying to take advantage of you in any way, then yeah, trusting your instinct in that regards, and not, you know, it's wonderful to be able to help people with finances, and I feel like that's something that's really important to you, but you don't want to get you know, pushed over or taken advantage of, my darlings, because that abundance, that financial abundance, is only going to grow. So you want to be sure that you're setting those boundaries and, you know, trusting your instincts and insights with people early on to avoid people, you know, crossing over your boundaries in time. All right, my loves, is there anything else? Oh, they give me a shiver and they tell me no. Group number 4, you wonderful, talented, amazing people. I am so excited for you. There's so much so much excitement going on, so much that you're building and creating, and it's going to go farther than you can even imagine, my loves. You're on the right track. Everything is going exactly as it's meant to, my babies. I know that's frustrating to hear, considering you're in this kind of blocked phase, but it'll pass, my loves. You'll be glad that you went through it, and, you know, you'll get to the other side of it in a really positive way, my loves. But I hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment, and what am I doing? Oh, and let me know. I would love to hear from you. I love talking to you guys. You're the absolute fucking sweetest. My links for my Patreon that has the extended 18+ readings, as well as exclusive monthly readings, my Instagram, my Etsy store, as well as my email for more information on private readings are down in the description box below, my loves. What else? Is that everything? I always think there's something else after that, but there never is. Maybe one day there will be. I don't know. What is she, a psychic? Maybe. Thank you so much for being here with me, my loves. I'm very excited for you. And I wish you all the very best over the next 7 days, my loves. I love you very, very much. Bye.